Hey, are we on?
Yep.
Hey, we're on. All right. I'm sorry for running a little late. I always am. I'm here.
They can't hear, or they're
Oh,
not
okay.
on the show yet.
Okay. I'm sorry. How y'all like this stuff, man? We've been working on our little setup here a little bit, trying to give a little different angle and perspective and everything. Get some of my stuff up here that I have accumulated. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong damn place. Look at that shit. I was looking at over there. Anyway, check it out. We got our resist flag up here. If y'all look around real close, you'll see a lot of coffee cups, the toilet paper I've been sent that's been up there. We got Donnie sitting on the toilet over here doing his daily tweet fest that he's got going on. And if you haven't noticed right here, I got Donnie right on his hands and knees with my trusty ink pen stuck right up his butt, baby. And all these, and as a matter of fact, I got my Constitution right here that Kathy Larkin sent me. And just my damn it doll. Anyway, we kind of worked a little bit hard to put a little bit of something in the background. And so you ain't got so much to look at besides my ugly mug. But I want to thank everybody for showing up. I do want to give a quick shout out. I noticed that Sarah Lopez is watching, and I want to give a shout out to her. Sarah's a big help down in the valley. She's down in Edinburgh, and she's always doing wonderful things down there. So I wanted to give a shout out to her. And we have a lot of family members showing up. Shadowhawk, Tammy Ames is here. I know Leo Sahaki is here. I know Joe Riddle's out there, Bud. I appreciate y'all tuning in and joining the family. Tonight, I have from, you want to go ahead and open that up? All right. We have Kathy Larkin. She's out in San Jose, California. Hello, Kathy.
Hello.
How you doing today?
Pretty good.
All right. And also on the phone with us is Dennis Valadez. He was on before. He's up in San Antonio, Texas. How you doing, Dennis?
How's it going, John?
Pretty good, buddy. Pretty good. Trying to hang on to the news. Hasn't it been a trendy day today? In the last few days,
geez.
ever since Sunday, it's been pretty active. But anyway, Kathy, you've been with us for a while. You've been a Blue Dot for a long time. Kathy joins us on Tim Cormall's show occasionally he's on every Sunday. Look for him on iTunes and all that stuff. But Kathy's a regular guest on there, as I am, and Dennis has been with us on Head On Radio with Bob Kincaid. With Sparky Dunk, he hooks us up over there with him on the Friday on the Front Porch Edition, and I'm glad to see those people using their voices in any way they can. But anyway, how y'all doing out there? Dennis, what's up in San Antonio, buddy?
Not a whole lot. Weather's pretty good lately. Can't complain there.
Well, a little cool down here south of you, so for my book, you have to understand when I
It's
say cool,
freezing here.
it's below 60. If it's below 60, it's cold. So it was.
Hey, John, it's about 40 here.
Oh,
and
is it in San Jose?
Oh, you betcha. It has been all
Yes.
winter. It's been one cold, miserable, wet,
Boy,
damp.
howdy. I did not
No
know
rain today. But
that. Yeah, y'all been
have
getting a
wind
lot of
chill.
rain out there, haven't you?
Lots.
Lots of rain.
Yeah, we're about getting close to 200% if we're not there already.
Boy, howdy.
Yeah.
We've been getting a little mist here lately, just light rain, blows through. We had a heavy fog the other morning. Other than that, it's been beautiful weather down here. Sun's been shining. It won't take long. We'll be back up to 80 pretty quick. That's where I like it. I like it in the 80s.
That sounds good.
Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to give a shout out also to, I told Leo Sahaki if he wanted to join us, he could join us. And Randy Kervin, I know you got a set of headphones out there, buddy. So if you wanted to try, we'll talk to y'all too on the show. I just want to try to work this up into a thing that we could start bringing different family members in and have a conversation anytime. Here lately, it's been picking up. I think we're going to get real close to Robert Mueller's report pretty soon. I really do. Andrew McCabe's story on 60 Minutes really kind of set the tone for everybody. It's
I think you're right. I woke up with this, this business about Bernie jumping into the race, which made me sick to my stomach. Excuse me for any Bernie supporters, but I can't help it because he blew it for the last time, enough that I just don't want to see him come back. We don't need another old white man. I'm sorry.
you're tired of old white guys running the show.
Well, yeah, I am. I'm
Uh,
tired of it. It's time for a woman to step in. I don't care what her age is.
Well, Bernie, when he jumped in the race today, he made an impact. I think they said he already raised $3 million within hours.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
Not
bet your
surprising.
butt there's a lot of Bernie bots out there. They're wanting him to jump in. They're encouraging him. I have mixed feelings on that. I was kind of disappointed to see him jump in, but he's like every other candidate we have. This is going to be a primary to remember, and because the
Yeah.
issues, we have to define the issues this time. The
Yes.
Democrats really have to step forward and figure out what we're going to do. Are we progressive? Are we pragmatist? It's there's going to be a decision made. I'll tell you one thing, though. I do believe that if Bernie had not jumped in the race in 2016, I don't think the conversation would have been as far as it is right now, though. I think his progressive views is what was needed in this country, and there's a lot of them that have picked up that mantle.
I think you're right. I think you're right. The only thing is, he is just not what people are looking for right now. That's the thing. They've already got 5 women running,
Yes,
and they've
sir.
got good choices.
Yeah,
a good variety.
You won't see that on the other side.
No.
Can
to
you
be
imagine?
Fair, though, to
Huh?
be fair, anybody's going to beat Trump right now, and whether they're male or female, like I agree, it'd be great to have a female president in the White House. We were cheated out of one, of course, but
Yeah,
I think
they're going to
it's
have to have a
it's for
fighter.
the same reason why anybody would look at Bernie. We got to pay attention to the issues and the policies. Bernie throwing his hat in, I don't look at it as much as a problem yet. Anyway, he's not my first choice. I got my first choices. That's Biden, and that's if for whatever reason Beto. I would love that. Absolutely would love that.
Yeah.
But if Bernie becomes our pick, well then he's got my vote. I wanted him before. I wouldn't call myself a Bernie bot, but at the same time,
in 2016 you were supporting Bernie.
Absolutely.
Travis was heavily on Bernie's side.
But see, the thing is, with Bernie, my only concern with Bernie Sanders is that his ideas are too radical to please everybody. I'm
Exactly.
looking at it more realistically nowadays, but at the same time, if we could have what Bernie wanted, I think that'd be pretty legit. But that's just me.
Yeah, I want.
Yeah, but see, he identifies as a socialist or a democratic socialist. That ain't going to cut it. I don't think.
To the majority,
I think it's a little too much.
Well, it's that word socialist. The Republicans are really going to push that. That's what they're pushing.
They're
Look at
gonna
these
fight
socialists
that.
over here.
Yeah, and you know who the front runner is right now is Klobuchar, because she's a little more centrist, not really centrist,
She's more of a
but
pragmatic.
she's more pragmatic. Yes,
Yeah,
she is definitely more pragmatic.
On my views on when it comes to what Bernie brought to the table, do I think that we should have universal health care in this country?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. And that's
Yes.
not an original idea of his, but he pushes it. He did bring up that I don't think anybody ever had before, the free college.
Yeah.
I like
I
that
don't think
idea.
that's going to cut it, though. I don't think
I like
free
that
school
idea.
is going to.
The best
Well, I
thing we
think
could
it's a
do
good
for this
idea.
country is educate our youth. Just to ensure
Yes.
we make sure they have a high school diploma, and after that kick their ass out and get a job.
It doesn't work that way.
And,
hmm
and
People can't succeed without an education anymore.
not nowadays. If you talk
I
to
mean,
anybody, well, you need a degree in this or that or the other. You know, it's not like when I was growing up. I
yeah,
went to work in a shipyard when I was 17, baby. You
yeah.
know,
I've had an advanced degree. I went
yeah,
to nursing school, and then I went back because I'd the desire to go back and then my back got worse, and it was a necessity. I mean, I worked 30 plus years in nursing,
yeah,
and I went back, and I actually was accepted to graduate school, and I couldn't finish because I couldn't afford it.
yeah.
I was a
Well, there
single
you
mom.
go. There you go. And the students we have now graduating have so much student debt piled on them. My God, they got a pretty damn good paying job
Hey,
just to be able
I
to pay
had it
that
too.
student loan back. You
Yeah,
know,
I had $60,000 in student debt, which I paid off down to my last 20,000, and I
I'm sure
couldn't
if
pay
they gave
anymore.
us the American people a damn, give us a list, a checkbox. You know, give all the list of everything this country has to offer. Education being one of them, healthcare, defense. You throw everything in there. I don't care what it is, and let the American people put check boxes next to what they think is the most important things to deal with. Uh,
Right.
there's money out there. You know, damn good and well that there's so much fat that they could be trimming from so many places. It's ridiculous. Uh,
Yeah, from some of these rich cats that don't pay shit.
well, yeah, so many corporations that are making billions and trillions of dollars and paying zero in taxes. It's the
Well,
desire. They keep saying that you have to attract big business. You have to attract big business for jobs, and which is true, but at what expense? You know,
right.
I just heard yesterday somebody used the quote from Martin Luther King. It was, if you fought to find yourself at the lunch counter, fought to get to the lunch counter, it doesn't do you much good if you don't have money to buy a hamburger.
That's correct.
You have to have a job, but those jobs have to be able to pay a living wage, and that's what we don't. Nowadays it's hard. With the cost of living the way it is for people that make minimum wage or just if you're making less than $20 an hour, you're not living the high life, baby.
Yeah, no,
As a
I
matter
never
of
made
fact, if
that much.
$20 an hour, you think you're in high cotton.
Right.
You're making the bucks. But most people are looking at $7, $8, $9, $10 if they can get it. You know,
Yeah, that's about. Let's see. I'm trying to
you
think how
try to
much I
raise a
made my
family on
last
that.
check.
You know,
Yeah, it was damn near impossible.
yeah,
I was always fighting or trying to figure out how to buy this or pay that or do something
yeah,
like that. And you know what? It's the same thing now.
sure. It's
Nothing's
always been
nothing's
that way.
changed.
Well,
Yeah,
it's that old thing. If you keep a man poor and hungry, he'll work his ass off for a little or nothing because he needs to because he has to feed his family. And there's a lot of corporations that take advantage of that. What'd you say,
right.
Dennis? I know you're in there, buddy.
I'm here. I'm just taking it in.
Dennis and I are a lot alike, I think, because we sit here and we take it in, we listen, and then we try to formulate a response.
Yeah, not me. I jump right out there.
You
Baby.
do,
I
you
jump
do,
right out there.
you do.
More than one time, I've regretted it too, baby.
Oh well,
But
yeah. You
but
and me
nobody
both.
ever walked away wondering what that guy meant. Where does he stand? Nobody walks away from me not knowing exactly. Trump, baby, redefining stupid one tweet at a time. And one
Lord
tweet at
have
a
mercy on that
time.
one.
He's ignorant.
Oh
All you have to do is
God,
watch
he
his Twitter
was
feed. It's
insane.
ridiculous. It's
He was
ridiculous.
nuts today.
Oh,
He was
did he?
on just a short amount of time. Did you see him earlier?
No, I was going to pull up his tweets right here, but before I do, I got my iPad here stuck out on a page because I want to give a shout out to somebody who sent me a message on my Blue Dot page, and he sent me emails before and whatnot. I like this old boy, and his name is Charles Kelly. Charles Kelly, what in the hell are you doing up in Newfoundland, bud? It's cold up there. He's supposed to be in Costa Rica. And on the beach, and I know what he does on that beach too. I got a message from Charles saying that he had surgery, probably why he's back home up in Canada. Charles served in the Canadian military, and we're proud of him for that. but he is a Blue Dot family member, and he had his hip and knees. Are you shitting me, Charles? Come on, buddy. And your ears are next, and then he's gonna go back down to Costa Rica and live the good life, buddy. He's a blue dot, a blue ZZ dot. Thinks I look like a ZZ Top or so. Anyway, I wanted to give a shout out to Charles out there, buddy. I hope you're doing good, recuperating all that stuff. And I got your message. And can you do that?
John.
Yes, sir.
Can you add Duncan?
Yes, we can add Sparky. And
Yeah, I'm working on it right
and
now
Keith.
because Keith just messaged in.
yeah, Keith and Sparky.
Juggling a lot of people. I'm just gonna say this right now to everybody calling in. We're gonna try to split everyone's time evenly as best we can.
I'll try to shut my mouth a little bit.
No, it's more like we're getting a lot of calls and I'm having to juggle a lot of people. We're gonna try to get some new voices in or voices that didn't get a chance last time. So I apologize for that, but everybody will get their turn if not today.
Yeah,
Tomorrow,
we're gonna keep
do
doing
this
this.
every Tuesday and Thursday.
We're gonna keep perfecting it. We do not have a mixer yet, but I hope that will be solved very soon, and we'll be able to add a little bit more entertainment into the show.
Yes.
But
Okay, so first of all, you said we're adding Sparky.
yeah, add Sparky. Sparky.
Do you have him on Skype?
Huh?
Do you have him on Skype?
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for him then.
He's on my Skype. That's Sparky Dunk is the moderator for the Bob Kincaid show, and Sparky is one of he does Travis's job over there, and he's very knowledgeable about this stuff. And as a matter of fact, Travis could probably get a few pointers from him. But we always enjoy Sparky. Sparky and Dennis both tune in on Discord every time I do a rant. They're usually right there so we can talk and everything, and I enjoy that. So yeah, if you have Discord, baby.
Duncan Cunningham?
Huh? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was looking
Yeah.
for
Don't
Sparky.
say that.
So-
I've seen it.
Well, tell me to speak
Sparky
about
Dunk.
it.
I like it. Sparky Dunk. He's out in California.
He's out in California, huh?
Yes. He's north of you.
Oh.
He is in.
Oh, really?
Yes, he is. Oh shit! Now I done forgot where he was from. See, it put on the. He's
He's
south.
our pleasure.
He's south of where the fires were up by the campfire up there that took up by Chico
Santa Rosa?
in Paradise. Yeah,
Santa
it might
Rosa?
be somewhere. As soon as he gets online, he's gonna say, "Well, John, I tell you all the time where I'm at." He's got a man cave. Sparky Dunk has a man cave, baby. It's out in the shop. I like his shop is a lot cleaner and a little bit bigger than mine. You can actually see the floor and stuff when you pan that. You can't see the floor in my shop, baby. That camera stays stationary for a reason. Everything behind the camera I've had to move around. So, yeah, that's my shop, baby. It's a cave, all right.
I'm jealous.
Well, you
I
need a she
I
shed.
could use a space like that so I could paint.
You need a she shed. That's what they called it.
Yeah,
A
she
man
cave.
cave and a she shed. Did
I'm connecting him now.
okay, we're gonna get Sparky in here too. Sparky is always I like Sparky's voice. I'm looking at Travis. Put your thing up there. Look at
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah.
I can't do that from here. I'm on Skype.
Oh, you're on Skype.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I
Yep.
sure can. That's Sparky. How you doing, bub?
I'm doing fine. I live in Red Bluff, California.
Red Bluff. Okay.
Yes.
You're above where the fire was, the last one.
Yeah, but I get to enjoy the smoke.
Oh, hey, it was banked in here in San Jose so bad that we had very little heat.
Man, they had a terrible. Y'all had a terrible time out in California. This
It
last
was
season.
awful.
Yeah, I'm about 50 miles north of Paradise.
Right.
Been there many times.
Mm.
Sad
Well,
to see it. Sad to see it burn to the ground. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking I keep seeing these dump trucks on the road, covered dump trucks, big dump trucks with three rear axles.
Yeah.
and they're hauling something, and then they go, and there would be like 4 or 5 of them at a time. They're going from somewhere down Chico Way, so I'm assuming Paradise, and they're going up to Redding somewhere to dispose of whatever it is that they're hauling.
Oh,
You know what
yeah,
they're doing? They're raking leaves.
yeah, yeah. That's probably what it
No,
is. It's a massive
I'm
leaf
sure
raking.
they're probably hauling off. They're probably hauling off the ash and the
Yes,
Oh,
rubble.
sure.
I'm sure that's what they're doing after the hurricane down here, and right after Hurricane Katrina, I went to New Orleans. You wouldn't believe the mountains of debris that are hauled off after a national disaster like that. And we got to do something with it. It piles up out here on the island after Rockport and all that got hit over there, Ingleside and Erasmus Pass and all that. They got bad. It was just mountains of debris piled up like you wouldn't believe, and trucks going in and out all the time with more of it.
Yeah, my old neighbor, they just moved from across the street. He had a dump truck. He has a trucking. He's forming a trucking company anyway. He has a logging truck and he has a dump truck. But he was down in Santa Rosa last year hauling debris
Wow.
and ash.
Yeah, yeah. For those companies that it's you get if you have the right vehicle, the right trailers, the right truck to haul and all that, you can register with FEMA. And after these disasters and stuff, that FEMA normally contacts those people to contract for debris removal. So every one of those, see, that's some company that's moving in to do exactly that.
Well, there's a bunch of trucks running up and down that highway every
There's
day.
money to be made, baby. That's it's unfortunately it has to be done, and we have to pay for it. That's where your tax dollars go. That's what the funds are for.
I'm sure they're probably got a site there too, up in Redding where the car fire was.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure.
They're hauling off debris from that.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, Paradise has got to be such a mess.
That's what you call national emergencies, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
Well, that's what you'd use those funds for, not build a freaking wall.
Well, that's what Donnie wants to take away from us in California is our.
Oh, Donnie's got a lot of shit coming his way. Down here in Texas, we already filing. So, he's taking the military construction budget. That's where he's getting the money from. That's what he wants.
He thinks. Yeah, he thinks he hasn't done it yet.
He thinks, that's against the law. He's trying to circumvent Congress because he didn't get his way, and he's down on the ground throwing his little hissy fit and declaring he is the king, and it's just damn well disgusting.
Yeah, he's too much. I think that he thought it was going to happen real quick. Well, he knew something was going to hit the fan, and it did because he's got 16 states coming at him.
Yeah, they've all filed lawsuits. That's just the states. There's a lot of. Did y'all see the lady down here on the Rio Grande down here in South Texas that was on the news? Her house is right there on the river. I haven't seen her,
but I heard. Yeah, I don't blame them.
Oh yeah,
the people.
I've traveled down up in that area a lot, and people, it's just I live on the river. That's my river out here. If you was going to come try to put a wall between me and that river outside, I'd be a little upset with you. And by the way, where are all those Republican freedom fighters, the Freedom Caucus, and the teabaggers? Where are they? Because that's exactly what they're doing. Eminent domain, trying to come in and take people's property. This one lady, they're going to have to knock her house down to put the wall and an access road so Border Patrol can use it. And they'll just have to tear her house down. Where are all those Freedom Caucus teabaggers?
They're like NIMBYs, not in my backyard.
Yeah, that's what it is. If it's not there, they don't give a shit. Oh, it doesn't affect me. I don't care about her house. Well, there you go, baby.
It affects everybody. In the long run, it's affecting all of us because this racist behavior is just enough to make a person sick. I see ICE. I've seen ICE. I worked in a place where ICE would come in periodically and check things out, but not like they do now. I've heard horror stories here in my city about ICE coming in and, scoping out the food banks and scoping out places where they help with housing and things like that. The crap.
You know what they ought
That's
to
all
do
we
if they go into these businesses looking for migrants in a business and they find some? Well, they ought to arrest the business owner. What are you doing hiring them?
Yes,
Why are
they're
you
the
doing
ones
that?
who are culpable.
They'll all go, oh, we didn't know. They filled out, they falsified their yeah, that's the same song and dance
Yeah.
bullshit that Donnie's
And
out there
dance.
playing because he had migrants working at all of his clubs. Undocumented workers
I'm
that
sure
were
he
in
still
this country
does.
and working for years and years for him. And now all of a sudden he gets, oh, look here, we just found out. Kiss my butt, you knew all
Oh,
along.
yeah.
You knew. His little Donnie Jr.,
Yeah.
all of them know. They're just, they're parasites. That's what they are. They're parasites. That's politics. That's what the word politics means. It's,
Yeah,
poly meaning many and ticks are blood-sucking
our
parasites.
bloodsuckers.
That's what they are. That's what politics is. And I don't know about. I'm tired of that game. You know, it's time that we started turning this country for the benefit of the citizens of this country, instead of people like Betsy DeVos or all these ultra rich, just filthy, disgusting rich, people. You have to look at some of them, and that are just. I don't know. How much money do you need? At least people like Bill Gates and
exactly.
them, they're giving some of that money back in massive ways. And Buffett, I don't see the Koch brothers doing
Jeff
that. I don't see-
Bezos.
yeah, I don't.
I don't see him giving
Betsy
any
DeVos,
back
she
yet.
wants another yacht. That's what Betsy DeVos wants.
Yeah, well, she can yacht right
Yacht
to
So-
Russia.
So like Donnie says, China. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got California covered tonight. That's for darn sure.
I'll say.
North and south, baby. I lived in.
No,
Well, I'm not quite
no,
south.
no. You got Central California.
Oh, I'm sorry, Central.
Yeah,
You're in
San
Central.
Jose Central. So
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I lived there one time. How could I mistake? I was stationed at Mountain
yeah,
View.
you're Mountain View. You're up the
Yes.
road.
Yeah, I was right in Mountain View. Well, I started out in San Jose, and the name of the street that I lived on when I first moved, first joined the Navy, got out of A school out in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm an aircraft electrician, and boom, out to California. Got an apartment, and it was on Easy Street. And I remember thinking to myself, well, look here, John. You made it to Easy Street.
I
Yeah.
actually
That's
had
what
no
me and John
idea
got
that
have
was
in
a real
common.
street.
What's that?
That's what you and me have in common. I was an aircraft electrician in the Air Force.
Yes, that's that. Oh, I didn't know you were the electric. I didn't know what your job was. But that's what you were. I knew you was in the Air Force. Me and Sparky were.
That's why I'm called Sparky.
I should have thought that. Nah, well, shit.
Plus, I'm a
I'm
retired
telling you, people, y'all
electrician.
think I'm the smartest bulb. Y'all know sometimes things go right by me, baby.
Well, to be fair, how
Well,
many
you know I'm a
people do you try to
retired
keep up with?
electrician.
Yes. Well, I didn't put two and two. Well, we did. A lot of
Hey,
people
John.
did different jobs in the military than what they ended up doing.
Yeah, but I joined the IBEW, man. That's the way to go.
That would have been the way to go. We have an IBEW down here. I've been invited to their lodge a couple times for events and whatnot. We have some Blue Dot members in the IBEW, and I'm union strong, baby. I believe in unions. And if you don't
yeah.
believe in unions, go back to working 80 hours a week and shut your mouth. You don't need
That's
lunch. Go
right.
back to work. That
That's
kind
right.
of
My
bullshit.
dad was
because
always union.
that is what
My dad was a-
collective bargaining has done for this country. And they try to push this right to work. Oh, you got a right to work. Yeah, you got a right to work if you can get a job.
Yeah,
But
well, we
what
don't
kind-
have to worry about that in California.
Yeah.
Y'all don't. Oh no, y'all are not a right
Well-
to work state. Y'all are a union state.
Yeah,
Very
Most
much
blue
so.
states are union
Yeah.
states.
My dad.
I think
was,
Texas is a right
local
to work,
104.
baby. They're trying to do away with unions down here. I don't like them because
Of
it
course
costs
they
money.
are.
we got a super majority in the legislature of Democrats, and
Yeah.
it's good times.
Yeah, we ain't got that.
You wouldn't believe how much work they got coming up in Sacramento.
Yep, we ain't got that here. We got the
Yeah,
right to work,
they're putting
baby.
out they're putting
Get
out
your ass
notices
out there,
that
get a job.
retirees can go back to work if they want. I said, hell no.
No, these right to work states, they want the ability to fire your ass if they just don't like you. You know, hey, get your ass out of here.
Right.
You don't have any protection at all, baby. And it's the union workers of this country that has fought so hard to get the benefits and the rights that every worker has nowadays. And I just, you can't turn your back on that. You know, to this day, well, don't have to look far to, find somebody trying to screw over their employees, you know. And what are we asking for other than the basic, right to earn a respectable living or a comfortable living that you can provide for your family?
Right, and the right to not get screwed over by some employee that decides to play with your life.
Yeah. It's
so
pitiful.
my dad was a union shop. He was a sheet metal worker, and he started out as a union guy. And
right?
He had two unions in his shop. He had sheet metal workers and steam fitters because he did heating and air conditioning. So, I worked for him for a short while, working in the office, which drove me nuts. But when I was right out of high school, I went in there and did his books, and I did union reports and stuff like that and got to know the guys.
My pappy believed if you weren't going to school, well, you better get you a job. And
yeah, that's exactly the way my dad thought.
I came out of reform school, and I did. I tried to go back to school after reform school. When I came out of there, I was determined I wanted to get my life right. And situation being as it was back then, it was not that easy to come out of a reformatory. And because in a little town, everybody knows where you just came from. They knew where you went when you left. And it was not that easy. I copped the attitude, and I kind of, they accused me of doing something in school, tossing a firecracker or some shit like that. I did not do it. And they had me in the office, and when that principal reached in there and grabbed that paddle, that's when I told him, I said, we ain't doing that shit. You pull that out, I'm going to break it over your head. You can't talk to me. I kissed my ass, and I was out of there. And that's when my dad said, well, you better get a job then because you'll rent. Well, baby, I did. I went to work at a shipyard in New Orleans, Louisiana, right underneath the industrial bridge, American Shipbuilding Corporation. I was 17 years old. Went in there, got my job as a tacker. You know what the difference is as a tacker between a tacker and a welder? Yeah, one knows how to weld and the other doesn't. That's it. I went in there and I kind of fudged on the test, but I got my foot in the door. And I had my welding hood and everything. They gave me boots and a lead and everything, and they sent me over to, pointed across the yard, told me where to go. And I was walking over there, and this old boy grabbed me. He said, hey, you a welder? And I proudly said, no, sir, I'm a tacker. And he said, well, come here. Why don't you weld that eyelet right on this plate? We're going to pick it up. And I looked at that eyelet where he wanted me to weld it, and I kind of just said, well, okay. And I looked around, and he showed me, go over there and plug your lead in right there. And okay, plug it right there. And put a rod in there and kind of made some sparks. And, okay, got a ground. Threw my helmet down, and promptly stuck that rod straight to the steel, and that was the end of that shit. And after jerking it off of there a few times and trying to strike an arc and get something going, because I'm nervous as hell because this old boy's standing right over, and I keep thinking to myself, you're going to pick up this big piece of steel with what I'm fixing to weld on here? I don't think so. And they didn't. And he tapped me on the shoulder anyway, and after a few questions asking me how I got in there, he took me across the yard to this other old boy, and he said, teach this kid how to weld before we have to run him out of here. And that's where I learned how to weld, in that shipyard. So.
Hey, John, I want to chime in real quick. It's been a few minutes since somebody asked, but they wanted to know your opinion on whether you think Roger Stone is going to get arrested on Thursday.
Oh, yes, he is.
Man. I hope he does. I think
Yeah.
he should. Is it going to happen? I don't know if it's going to happen, but that little Twitter thing he did, are you shitting me? Like he didn't know
Oh.
exactly
You know,
what
be
that
able to
was.
put him in jail for contempt or something. I don't know.
For threatening a judge, for threatening a federal judge. He thinks he can go
Yeah.
around and play these little games. He comes out there looking like Nixon, throwing his arms up in the air. The boy's in a lot of trouble. You know, I think he's going to find his ass in prison. He thinks this is a game, and it's just he's going to get a lot of.
Put him in the next cell next to Manafort.
That's what I
Will they
say.
scheme? Will they scheme?
He had a
You put a
deal.
microphone in them. Bug their cells.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be the only reason I'd put them
Start
together.
lining them up in jail cells. As far as I'm concerned, all of them. You know, they've all tried to out. Mike Flynn is the only one that I haven't heard go back on his deal yet.
Really quick, before we go any further, Keith Thompson is now in the call.
Keith, are you in here, buddy? Keith Thompson.
I saw some video. I don't hear audio.
Uh-oh. Keith, we're trying to get you, bub.
Do you want me to go out, John? I don't know if you want to bring somebody else on.
I don't think that's the case right here, because he was there for just a second.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Oh,
Right.
there he is. Oh, there must be a lot of lag.
Yeah, that's like a
You hear me?
20-second delay.
We can hear you, but I think there's a long lag between what I say and you hear.
That's like 15 seconds at least.
About a 15-second lag, Keith. Awkward pause while we wait on Keith.
This is where I wish I had a soundboard.
Yeah, that's how come we need a mixer.
Yeah.
We're trying to run.
He needs to mute his stream if he's watching on YouTube or Facebook.
That's what
Yes,
I'm thinking.
yes. If anybody is watching the stream and you're trying to call in, you have to cut the stream off. Pay no attention to that and just strictly go on
Just the
Skype.
sound. Just the sound.
Just the sound.
Yeah.
You can watch.
Oh, well, you
on
can watch a
YouTube.
video. Just don't turn the sound up.
Yeah, you gotta listen to us on Skype.
Yeah, listen to us on Skype, and we can talk on Skype, and it magically appears by electron theory into the speakers of your earbuds. There you go, buddy. Technology working, man.
I'm an old hand on Skype. I've had a Skype group since 2009.
Is that right?
Wow.
Oh, gee.
Sparky does an outstanding job over there because sometimes I see you're handling, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10 people in that group over there. Sometimes.
Well, I just want to make sure people stay mute or don't overtalk each other.
Yeah, I have a bad habit.
Back
of
feed
doing
is
that.
a huge problem there.
So whatever you get,
Subscriber.
somebody. Jose
You
Mendoza?
get too many people
Is
going.
that what?
Yeah.
You get
Jose
more than
Mendoza.
5.
Thank
It
you,
gets
bub.
to be too busy.
Jose Mendoza just
Oh.
subscribed, so we appreciate that.
We do that every Friday night on Bob Kincaid's show.
Yeah.
Ah,
But Sparky, let
We've
me
had
ask you something. Because since you're
Had 13 in there.
oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
13.
Sparky, gotta ask you though, since you're technically the tech guy over there, which is better though, Skype or Discord?
I don't know how to run Discord yet.
Oh,
far as-
okay. Okay,
But
well, I
as
figured
far as
since you...
talking to somebody, there's no difference.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm a Discord fan myself. That's why I ask.
Yeah.
Dad
Same
shackles
here.
me
Yeah.
to this chair.
Dennis, I
and
know, is
forces
a
me to work
Discord
with
fan.
Skype, and it's a nightmare.
You know, and every time I use Discord, it's so easy. All I do is turn it on. Dennis, Sparky usually show up, and it's just like having a conversation in the same room.
Yeah, there's not much difference to me.
Yeah, well, they're both the same. You know, you're still. That's what I try to tell people. It's it's just like a telephone. Skype is easy. Discord is pretty easy.
Discord just has a better way of keeping everybody organized and all of our show notes into one place and not multiple apps.
Yeah.
That's why I like Discord.
Well, I got.
Yeah, as far as I mean, what you guys use it for, it's great.
Yeah.
But for what I do Skype with Bob, Skype's all we've done for years.
True.
Do you
And
have
then
a?
and then you got to get everybody over there on the horn and switch over to Discord. So I'd rather just keep it in Skype,
Yep.
not
If it
make
ain't broke,
too
don't fix
too
it.
complicated.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, if it's not,
Because
most people are more familiar with Skype.
what we do now is there's a way, if you start a group call, you can get a link and you post that link on your Facebook page or your YouTube page or whatever you want to do. We post it on the Horn website,
Facebook page.
Yeah.
and then Bob usually tweets it out too.
Bob does an outstanding job. I love being on Bob's show. There's always great conversations.
That's just a new wrinkle with Skype. They didn't have that before. You could set up a link for the call.
Oh, well, ain't that what do we do?
What do we do?
We don't do that.
At the moment, we're
It's a
doing
group.
what we can.
Yeah, we're doing
Doing what we
Yeah.
can.
Travis has got him on we're on a group call.
Yeah.
It's
we got a group
just
call
like
here.
Tim does.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's probably a link for it too.
Probably
there
so.
probably is a
I
link
don't
you
know.
can do it.
If you got the new Skype going or something, I mean, I can't get there from now, but I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll have to get
it's-
that and post the link.
if you pull in a couple people before you ever start a call,
Yeah.
then that's where you can get the link. If you
Oh,
just
right.
add people to a regular chat, and then you can have a link for that chat, and then you can share it. And then once you shared it, and then when you start the call, people can just click the link and get right in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something we're gonna definitely have to. I'm gonna have to definitely look into.
Yeah,
because that'll make it easier. For
It's a
people
work
to
in
join.
progress. We're learning. Do you use a
I know.
mixer, Sparky, or is that on Bob's end?
That's on Bob's end.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's the showmaster, yeah.
Yeah, he's the showmaster.
Yeah. He's
All
control.
I do is control the Skype call.
Control
That's
the
all I
Skype
do.
calls. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, we can't wait to get the mixer because I want to be able to have the opportunity to add.
Yeah, well, not only can we add things like music and stuff, through another track, the idea
And
is
sound
we
bite.
don't have to.
Sound bites.
Yeah, that too. The idea is though is we don't have to run as much software on the computer at one time because
Yeah.
everything's going to be through separate
Through
devices
a
going
mixer.
into the mixer. So the streaming computer is.
I want the ability to be able to go ahead and pull up Donnie when he says something really stupid that's really going to get everybody going. That's the little soundbite I want to be able to pull up and go. I don't want to have to explain it to you. Listen what this idiot said today, and that way you can hear him sing the new tune for the day. I guess did y'all see that shit?
I hope you got a lot of room on your hard drive there, because there's plenty of
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah, no
There's
kidding.
there's no shortage of videos or
We're gonna need
or
a hard
sound
drive
bites.
archive.
I can't remember who, of course, because we have received so many gifts. There's a calendar that somebody sent me, and it was the Trumpisms.
Oh God! Every day for a year.
Every day I get now. I should have, looking back, I should have had that calendar somewhere, or pulled that calendar every day. But it became a thing in our house, and as a matter of fact, on the back of the little tabs that you pull off, that's the grocery list that Mama writes on. So I go to the store and I have the calendar page for the previous day or whatever. And on the back of it will be written the grocery list. And on the front of it, of course, is some idiotic thing that Donnie said back in 2013 or whatever. It reaches back through his Twitter history, which is just chock full of ignorant stuff that you wouldn't believe. He'll throw his mouth into every subject. It really doesn't matter. But I'll tell you one thing, and it's very obvious. Whatever Obama did, oh, baby, he wants to destroy anything Obama touched, anything that his name is on. He has got a vendetta out for that man. And, all because Obama made a little fun of his ass. And now the world's laughing at him, So what did you get there, Donnie? A whole bunch of people that...
They're going off of what Dennis said earlier about needing hard drives to contain all of Trump's bullshit. Don't you remember the old days when we thought Bush was the worst because he couldn't communicate barely?
Yeah.
Think about it.
I believe George knew how to
Better
spell.
man than he.
I think
Yeah.
George could spell hamburger. I don't think he had a problem there. That's why I get a big kick out of it when he talks about how smart he is and he's a graduate from the Wharton School of Finance. Shit, are you
Stable
shitting
genius.
And
Stable
not only that,
genius.
that was graduate school at Wharton.
me? Yeah.
Graduate school.
Graduate
If you
from
can't
what?
write,
Yeah.
no,
Daddy paid for that. And
His
I
daddy
think
paid
he went
for
to the
it.
College of Word Salad. That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. When he stands up there and tells you, "I know
Into the
lots of words." Well,
bullshit.
I know lots of words, buddy. That it's putting them together in a coherent way, and being able to articulate that is something that Donnie just doesn't possess. Unless he's reading off of a prompter, baby, you can bet your ass he's going up, up his ass to pull something out there that he just thinks will sound good. That's
Yeah,
all
like
we
a
did.
Space Force announcement
Yes.
today.
Yeah, Space Force.
Well, I always,
Jiminy Christmas.
for
And
those
not
that
only
don't
that,
know,
he doesn't read a prompter very well either.
no,
No.
no.
He makes more mistakes on that, and has to repeat a word because he doesn't read it the right way first
Because
time.
he can't read.
He can't
Right,
read
he
either.
can't read.
But he's
Can't
he's a
read.
graduate of Wharton. I'd be embarrassed. If I was
Oh,
Wharton School of Finance, I'd sue his ass for defamation of character for the school or some shit. I swear. The man's an ignorant butt, and it's an embarrassment. What was that?
Jen
Morgan
donated $1.99 through the super chat.
hit the super chat.
Wait.
Wow.
Wait. I gotta
That's
do
the first
thing.
time I've seen that.
Hang on. I gotta do the thing. Okay.
Oh, look, Travis did a thing. See it?
Flashing lights here.
Little flashing light.
Okay, hang on. Wait. I
Thank
can
you,
do this
Jen.
one
I
over
appreciate
there.
that.
There we
Jen
go.
is
Now we
also
got
a
it.
moderator for us.
Don't
She
you know what
is.
it's for?
She's working right now, I believe. Her and my other son, Tyler, which y'all haven't seen yet. Where's Travis? Put your.
I keep.
Yeah, there's
There
Travis
we go.
right
There
there.
I am. Y'all happy?
I have another son who's just as handsome. His name is Tyler. He is in the other room right now, working with on his computer moderating. And eventually we want to get him in here on his computer because he's got words of wisdom too, I'm sure.
Tyler? Oh yeah, because Tyler
Tyler's-
actually researches everything.
Yeah.
Like that's what he does.
Tyler does a lot of history research and whatnot. He's always digging into. He can pull out facts that just amaze me. Well, I appreciate that, Jen.
Good for him.
Yes.
That's great.
We haven't seen Tyler yet, I don't think.
Nope.
No, you haven't seen Tyler yet,
Nope.
Travis.
And trust me, I try to because like he would be fantastic on the show.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of mom in him.
You were camera shy for a long time, Travis.
Yeah, and he is now. He's
Oh,
got a
yeah,
camera over there. He keeps
I
popping
still
up
am.
over there.
I've been behind the camera for
Did y'all notice?
many years.
Pop your picture up there.
yeah.
Did y'all notice
I've
that?
been doing it throughout the stream every now and then. I'll come in and
He's
out.
got a green screen behind him.
It's not working right now though at all.
So-
Because the blue screen somehow moved, as you can see up there in that corner. It's like
Oh, there's a little
I'm
sliver
not a floating
of
head anymore.
Oh, the
But,
the
You're
blue
Getting
screen.
high
moved.
tech over there.
Yeah. Well, Travis does. This is what he does: video and audio editing, and
I've been doing video stuff since I was a kid, but took it really professionally when I was around 13. The only reason why it's not represented here on the show is the lack of equipment we have. So, like, making do
Yeah.
with what we got,
do you know how many hours we've spent with this kid when he was little, moving army men when you're doing stop action films? Those are things. Those are things that you work 4 hours, 5 hours.
Wow.
He puts it all together and he says, "Dad, come watch." Bring 4 seconds. What? That's it?
Yep.
It's a lot of time involved
It's
in
a
stop
thankless
action.
art form that I would like to get back into one of these days because, you see films like Kubo or shit.
You can get very creative with stop
Yes,
action.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
But it is
it's
a
a great art.
Painful lot of work to get just a little bit. That's how come you have to admire the people that do animation and stuff like that. The amount of time that it goes into.
Travis.
Yes.
Is that Keith?
I think that was Keith. Keith?
Are you in there, Keith?
There's that lag again.
Still big delay.
Travis, hook up with me. Maybe I can hook you up with some equipment.
I heard that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I will get in touch with you after the show.
Yep.
We got to figure out why you're getting in so much lag.
Yeah,
That's
why
my
are we getting a
question.
lag on Keith and not
Tell me
everybody
what
else?
you need. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 15 seconds worth of lag.
Yeah, there's about a 15-second lag still on you, Keith. We got to figure out why that's doing that.
Yeah. And I'll help you with that personally. So
It's
You don't
always
have
been-
a lag with me? Do you have a lag with me?
nope, no, everybody else is coming in just fine.
Keith
Okay,
is up in St.
I
Paul,
have a
Minnesota.
video lag. Yeah, I have a video lag. I think my it's behind.
The stream, if you're watching it on Facebook or YouTube, the stream will be behind or lagging about a good 30 seconds or so. That's just how.
It's typical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's why
So
Facebook
when they
Live
say it's
doesn't
live,
work,
they're
you know.
really lying.
They get
Yeah,
but
they're lying.
They're lying.
the
This ain't
difference
live.
is
This
though
happened a
we
few
don't
seconds
have
ago.
that 30 seconds to be able to cut it off in case like what television productions have. They have that 30 seconds to where if something happens, they can cut it.
Is that right?
Yeah, but we don't. That's just how our internet is working, which is unfortunate.
Right.
You
I
mean
think
they could
that's how
censor me if
anybody's
they wanted
internet
to?
works.
Well,
That pisses me off. Cutting a button on me. This is the internet, baby. Everybody gets a shot at that. That's how come I encourage people to open their mouth. This venue that we have, it still amazes me when I stop to think at what we're capable of doing now. Ain't a one of us, I think, when we were young, even thought we'd have a phone in our. Or Dick Tracy had one on his wrist. That was about the best you could
Yeah.
think of. And now with the technology that we have to not only reach out, across around the world, baby, around the world, and it just still amazes me when you stop there, and it should amaze us because we should still keep pushing technology. Just imagine where it's going to take us. They always worry about aliens coming down. I always say that if they come down here, they're more advanced than we are. They're a little more intelligent than we are if they have the capability to get here. So.
Yeah, if they can get their ass on this planet, they can certainly.
Yeah.
They must have more than we
Yeah,
do.
they're waiting on us to clean. Why would they want to come here? It looks like we're destroying the shit.
Oh,
Do you
Yeah.
remember when
Have you,
Star Trek came out?
Oh yes, I remember when Star Trek first came out.
oh,
Yeah.
they're communicators.
Oh yeah, beam me up, Scotty thing.
Yeah,
We did that one time. Somebody and I
with
we
a
ought to
flip
do it
phone.
again. We ought to do that. Yeah, I get a flip phone.
Do you
Uh,
do you remember when Star Trek came out?
Oh yeah,
There's that lag. again.
Yes.
yeah. There's that lag.
And they did the dee on the phone.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
And
Diddle-diddle-dee.
yes,
Beam me
Yeah.
up, Scotty.
right. Now what do we have now?
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah,
Everything
you
but the beam me up capabilities.
Everything but the beam me up, and I'm sure there's somebody out there
Well-
working on that shit.
Well, you got Uber. It's just a lot
Yeah,
slower.
yeah, you got Uber.
It's just a lot slower.
Very good, very good.
Put up a drone.
But yeah, just think of the advancements that we're going through. Shit, it just amazes me sometimes. Travis, doesn't know a time when we didn't have computers. I'll tell you, the first computer I saw, it was right across the street from my neighborhood, and it was in a building that was about 6 stories tall. It was a big, huge, solid brick building, and it was the NASA computer system. NASA, I can't remember the name of the place, the actual name of it. It was NASA. That's where NASA, Michoud Test Center was not far away, and this was where NASA had their big computers in Slidell, Louisiana, and boy, that building was huge. And
Oh, the big old mainframes.
yes, back in those days.
Huge.
So, but hey, baby, they got us to the moon.
Yep. And
got us
they
to
were
the
using
moon.
cards, punch cards.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that movie? What was it?
The one with the women, the black
Yes,
women.
Yes.
Yes.
What was the name of that movie?
Oh,
Hidden Figures.
yes, Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures.
That was a great movie.
Yes, it was a great movie. I watched it, and it was just amazing. And it was heartbreaking to know that.
That's my
Yeah.
job.
Is that your job, Keith? I'm telling you, man. That's it was just heartbreaking to see the discrimination that woman was put through. When she had a brain that would outdo those around her by far. It was really a great movie. Hidden Figures.
Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. My grandson, he's 18.
Yeah.
This is his second semester at San Francisco State, and he's a math major, computer science major. Yeah, math. He's something. I can't believe it. Somebody in my family being good at math.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at math. I'm great at math. As long as I have one of them fancy calculators and you tell me what button I'm supposed to hit, I'm pretty good at that shit.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm good at ciphering myself, but
I'm good at measuring shit. Yeah. If I'm putting a measurement out, if I'm putting something, which I have manufactured a lot of things, a lot of things that were just drawn on napkins. I had to build this one thing. They wanted to put a drip pan underneath the floor of a drilling rig, so that any fluids spilled on the floor would hit the pan, run into this hose, and it would go off to a vat. And they had an old boy that had tried to do it in front of me, and he had cut a big circle. He had welded all these plates together, and then cut a great big circle out of it, and then thought he could cut a hole in the center, and just take it over there and kind of put it up there and just weld it. Are you shitting me? Steel's not that easy to work with. You have to cut that thing into pie shapes and then put it together and all this stuff. It was a fit, but yeah, it was drawn out on a napkin. So that's my forte in life. Is you put it on paper, baby, I can drill that sucker. So that's what I like to do anyway. That's what I used to do.
Yeah, my dad was good at that. He was pretty good at doing stuff on, he wasn't much on drawing, but he got the basics down. Somebody be talking and he'd be drawing.
This old boy brought me 2 ramps that he had gotten from an old gas station that had where you change the oil, those 2 ramps that well, he wanted to haul a backhoe around. He said, "Can you make me a trailer out of those? Buddy, if you can buy the steel, I can build it for you." And I darn sure did. And that was the first big thing I ever built. And don't you think my butt puckered a little bit when they pulled that massive big ass backhoe over there to drive up on my trailer for the first time. Because, welders, our shit don't stink, maybe. We'll tell you real quick how good we are. But it worked, baby. No cracks, no nothing. It went on down the road hauling that backhoe, so I was pretty proud. So, things
John.
you do in life. Hey!
Donna's third event asks you if Trump has financial interests in the wall he wants.
Oh,
Donnie's main interest in that wall, and by the way, hello, Donna Sturdivant. She is out in Silver Springs, Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. I hope that's right because I think it is. Donna moved from Oklahoma. She's trying to hide from us, but we tracked her down. She's in Maryland, and now she's listening. So I'm glad, Donna. And financial interest in the wall, I wouldn't doubt it. They talk about the Russian company, or the company that could make the slats that they're talking about for that wall. In that particular size has Russian as part interest in the company is Russia. So that little tidbit has been out there. I'm not exactly for sure if it's within in the news.
She is in Maryland.
She is in Maryland, is it? Did I get the city right, Donna? Let us know, baby. I'm thinking.
Also, Candy Guidry asks who your favorite of the announced candidates for the Democrats is.
Oh, thanks a lot, Candy. Yeah, let's just throw John under the bus out there. I have not, I want to keep my mind open because I really do, and I stress this. There's going to be a lot of candidates out here. We need to listen. We need to listen because we can't screw this one up. It can't be a matter of, I love Beto O'Rourke. Everybody knows I like Beto O'Rourke.
Oh, so do
I've been to
I.
his speeches. I like the guy. Am I calling on him? No, because I want to hear everybody. We've got so much riding on it. It's not just beating Donnie. That's the main goal that we got is to get that idiot out of our house. I want him removed. I want him. I don't really give a shit how they get him out. Handcuffs, on a rail, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Like Bob says, I'm surprised.
In a wheelbarrow.
We don't find him naked playing with himself in the corner. He's a lunatic. He needs to be removed. And, we're listening to that right now with Andrew McCabe in his 60 Minutes. He's got the book coming out and all that shit. When you start having top people in our government debating on whether or not the president is a Russian asset, have you ever heard any time in our history where that has been discussed? I don't think so.
Never.
It
Never.
has never been brought up. It has never even been suspected that a man that could reach the pinnacle of our nation could very well be compromised by the Russians and working for them. And his actions, as far as I'm concerned, have demonstrated that. But thanks, Candy. Candy Guidry is our admin over at John Brinovo Speaks, Blue Dot Family. Please go by over there and join the family and ask Candy Guidry lots of questions, baby. As a matter of fact, try to think of really hard ones. No, I'm telling you, the team over there on JBS, they stay on top of it. That's how come I endorse not only the fact that it's our Blue Dot family, but they keep on top of information and they put stuff out there and they stimulate the conversation. It's not just all about, hey, Betty, how is your dog doing today? Or look at the mountains over in this picture. There's a lot of discussion going on there, and people are reaching out and making connections. And as I've always said ever since I started, it's the connections that people make down in the comments, reaching out and talking to each other. That is what has really made me smile more than anything else, I think. But thanks a lot, Candy. I'll get you back for that shit.
I'm seeing Sarah Lopez said 7.5 million people didn't vote in Texas. Beto lost by 200,000.
I used to say that before the election, that Texas is not a red state. We're a non-voting state. We are a non-voting state because so many people in this state are convinced that it's a Republican state. You can't do it, and we are gerrymandered like hell. My district is gerrymandered you would not believe. Go look at it up on a map. Pull up the Texas 27th district and take a look. Huh? What was that, Dennis?
I believe that was
Donna was asking another question about if Trump is found legitimately guilty, will he throw his kids under the bus?
I believe he would.
Yeah.
I
think he would. I don't think he really cares.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with him doing that.
Because look what
they joke about it like he would act like, who's Don Jr.? I barely knew the kid. His mom introduced him once or twice. Yeah, he can't play that game. But would he separate himself from the difficulties? Yes, he would. Would he let his son take the fall? You bet your ass. He'd probably convince that kid that it's his sonly duty to protect the father.
There you go. That's right.
But as far as I'm concerned, they could lock the whole damn family up. You tell me. You look at that whole family. Look at their yeah. Well, that I throw that in for the for those that keep telling me he's such a godly man that God put him here and all that other religious bullshit. He's on his third wife. He cheated on every one of them. He verbally told everybody on TV that he didn't have to ask God for forgiveness because he's never done anything to ask for forgiveness for. But yet we find out about the Stormy Daniels or the...
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, you're doing it wrong.
No, you're doing it wrong.
I'm doing it wrong.
Na-na-na-na-na.
No, na-na-na-na. And then you go to heaven, and then you're going to stand at the gate, and they're going to say, no, you can't come in because you did this back then. And I swear.
I couldn't believe that. I thought that. I had to do a double take on
Dee
that to make sure
Larson
that wasn't
said
fake
something
news.
about the Gang of Eight. She says, "How about the Gang of Eight?"
Yes, the Gang
And
of Eight.
yeah, they knew about all this shit that's been going on with
Yes, that's all the key leaders up there. That's a head of the Senate.
yeah.
The whole bunch of them. I had a
Well,
whole
you know
list of them
what?
here somewhere.
Up until January, when they got sworn in and the House became Democratic, they had no voice. The guys that were in there couldn't say anything. They had to deal with Nunes and all of those people.
Rod Rosenstein is the one that appointed Mueller. Rod Rosenstein,
Yeah.
I don't believe, would have appointed Mueller as special investigator, special prosecutor, if he didn't think there was cause.
That's right.
And this was all in the works prior to Comey getting fired. It was already being discussed before Comey, and then Comey gets fired for what? For the Russia investigation, the Trump Russia thing.
Donnie said that it was because of the way that they treated Hillary.
Yeah, well, that's the first thing that came
right.
up, and everybody knew the minute that came out of his mouth that was bullshit. Like he gives a crap about Hillary. Oh yeah, we're all gonna believe that, Donnie. Well, he was real tough on Hillary. He wasn't fair. Kiss our butt. It's those kind of lies that just make you go, "Are you shitting me? Shut up."
I know. I sit there and I'm yelling at the television. I mean, who cares? The television doesn't care.
No.
It's probably a good thing I don't have a smart TV.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'd be watching me and thinking, boy.
Unfortunately for us, we do, and there's been a few times where Alexa just activates on her own, and it's like, oh,
We
man.
got Alexa. I got Alexa.
Oh,
I
no.
like her. But you ask her all sorts of shit. But I do. You can ask her to sing to you. She'll sing to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Travis has
no,
one
I have
down in his house, so it's an easy way to communicate back and forth without picking up the phone. I just say, Alexa, call Travis, and then we'll talk right there on
I'm gonna laugh if for whatever reason she's activating in there. It's like she knows someone's talking about her.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get one of them, you can't never use that word again.
Well, you know what though? I don't remember it too well, but do you remember that documentary? No, it was a Vice episode with Snowden, and he showed how easy it was to hack someone's phone, to record all their phone conversations and all that.
Well, shit, just the other day they had that story about somebody could get into your, what is it, your iPhone or your something?
Yes,
your
it was FaceTime.
Oh,
your
yeah.
FaceTime, and they
FaceTime.
could turn on your camera.
Yeah, with the latest update.
Yeah, ain't that some shit?
There was a problem.
Shit.
I never used FaceTime.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Well, I'll tell you what. Nowadays, the illusion of
Privacy.
yeah, thank you, is almost unheard of nowadays. If you're on the internet, Jesus. Of course, I've always said I don't give a shit what they know about me or what they hear about. If my microwave over there is taking photographs of me, that's fine, baby. I don't really care.
Is it right?
If it's not
If
shocked,
they want to come hunt me up, baby, I'll get. They don't need that. Turn on damn YouTube. I'm right there.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
let
always
you
been
know my
philosophy. It's just like, do I like it? No. Do I think it's wrong? Yes.
Yes.
But do I have anything to hide that would get me in trouble?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But now if we get into that 1984 Big Brother kind of shit,
Well,
then we would have a problem.
oh well.
I've had a few things
I
happen
think
that
we're
have made
past.
me question since I started this. That made my mind go, oh yeah. Well, this is sure different
Yeah.
now.
The way algorithms work, it's a wonder. It seems like 1984 because you can have an add-on for something, and the next thing you know, you're getting more and more of the same thing from some other device.
Well, that's the scary part because, Google has a tendency to do that. Obviously, if you search something up, you'll start getting ads. What I don't like, and this has happened to me at least twice, and this is no conspiracy theory bullshit. I'm not trying to make it out that way, but it's when you have a verbal conversation with somebody about a specific device. I was talking to a friend of mine mentioning, my hard drive on my computer is getting full. I'm gonna have to get a new one. And he asked me what brand do I normally. I get like a Western Digital Blue drive. It's cheap, simple. And then I start getting ads about a Western Digital Blue hard drive on everything, and it's like I didn't type that in.
It's an algorithm.
That was
That
a,
picked
that was
that up.
a
No,
vocal
it's listening.
conversation.
Yeah,
That's-
it's
Oh,
listening.
look, he wants a Western Digital. Zap him a commercial, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What's a
creepy.
future
So many
movie
damn
or a
commercials.
movie? What was that? I can't remember the name of it right now. Where he was walking down the street and whatever TV screen or it would sense that you were there when they have personal advertisement just for you.
Oh God, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
That seems like something that happens in a lot of movies.
Minority Report.
that's it.
That's
Thank
what
you,
it
Dennis.
was.
There you go,
Yeah.
buddy. Minority Report. Yes, that's
Tom
exactly
Cruise
when you walk
movie.
down the street, the advertising just switches straight to you. Hi, Bob. What do you want there? Oh, thought you Bob. You know, whatever you was thinking of. Just better keep them thoughts clean, baby. Don't be walk down the street.
Rodney,
Oh,
Rodney,
here's an advertisement for Shiny Heiny. Oh, I've been thinking about your ass. It's all dirty.
Where you live.
Shiny, hiney.
Oh,
You just had to bring that up, didn't you?
I try to work it occasionally in. If you don't know what Shiny Heiny is, well, that's a damn good
Well, no,
reason
don't tell.
that
Just
you
tell
should
them
go
to look
over
it
and
up.
see Bob Kincaid's show.
There you go.
That especially Fridays on the Front Porch, because if you do, eventually that product will be discussed, and I get a kick every time.
Or sent to him.
I'm still hoping somebody sends him some Shiny Heiny.
You better be careful though. Someone will send you one.
Nobody
no.
sent him the Shiny Heiny yet.
Me and Bob, Bob sent me a recipe, Bob Kincaid, and he got the recipe from who? Do you remember, Sparky?
Oh,
Suman.
Suman?
yeah, Suman.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
He comes on Friday on the Front Porch now.
Yeah, and it's a chicken curry recipe, and it's supposed to be pretty hot. And
Hey, Travis, would you get upset if I posted the link to this Skype?
no,
I wouldn't get mad. The only thing is we're already at 9:23, so we'll probably be logging out for the night pretty soon. Well, that depends on you, because we've been at it for.
oh, my how time flies.
Yeah, I was about to say we've been at it for an hour and 14 minutes so far. I mean, we can keep going. That's up to you. You normally have been keeping it at an hour and a half, but we can always go longer. or whatever.
Somebody was asking on YouTube how to join.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
conversation.
I got the link ready to paste.
Yeah,
If you
I don't see a
let.
problem with
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to get in, download Skype, search John Bredivo, and then bam,
that. Yeah,
send a
bam,
message.
every man.
I just posted the link. Posted the link in YouTube. See what happens.
There you go. The bat phone will start ringing immediately.
Let's read comments for a second. We actually haven't been paying attention.
I
to
haven't
the chat
seen the
too
comments
much,
up here.
so-
Hey!
I've been watching them.
Yeah,
Have
I've
you?
seen a few.
Leanne,
Yeah.
Scott, how are you doing? Futurama is amazing. Leanne's down in
Candy's
down in
singing a
Australia, I
song.
believe.
Candy, you need to
where's
sing
Candy?
out loud.
Oh, there's Candy. I'll go Slippy,
She's
Slidey,
singing the
Shiny.
Shiny Happy song.
I'd go Slippy. There you go. That's Candy Gidry, baby. That's our admin.
Slippy, slidey, shiny.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
never heard of that
everybody's
product
tiny.
before I went on Bob
Just
Kincaid's show.
post that in YouTube and you'll see the commercial.
Yeah. Just Google Shiny Heiny, baby. It'll be all fully demonstrated for you right there. We don't want to go too deep. We like to keep that little product over there where Bob's. I do have a Donnie with a pen up his butt, so I'm proud of that.
Ellen
pretty
Ellen
funny.
even interviewed the gal that did the Shiny Heiny commercial on her show.
John, you're gonna have to post that curry recipe. You got fans asking.
Really? Well, we might have to just share that with a lot of people. What Bob and I are going to do, the plan is, Bob has to wait until it warms up there in West Virginia because he's going to have to cook the peppers outside. And if anybody's ever cooked hot peppers, you know why. The gases can be very... Yeah, they'll run you out of the house.
You wear a ventilator, and you wear a respirator
think
and
you're like
goggles.
in Breaking Bad when they're cooking up meth when you're cooking them peppers like that. It'll just It'll knock you out, baby. But the idea is that we're going to cook it and then we're all going to eat it live on the show, and so we can see each other's reactions. I think so far, Sparky, we got 4 people participating.
Yeah,
I
I'm bringing
think
in
there's
Randall
3.
Curvin at the moment.
Oh, Randy?
Randall Curvin. Yeah.
Let's see. Randy, are you there, buddy?
Waiting. It's calling right now.
Randy Curvin, he does his videos on Facebook. He gives a weather report out of Missouri, Arkansas. God dog it. He has his little his political rant that he does, and I encourage people to do that, like Richard Anderson and Leo Sahaki, which has got hit a pretty good following going. Leo's the biker wisdom dude, buddy. And as a matter of fact, he did a live show today. Leo did.
Did he?
I chimed in there for a little bit. I was there watching him for a while, but then again, Rose's car broke back down after we got it out of the repair shop. Lovely story for Travis. He just loves it.
Yeah.
They had it for 2 days before it broke down again. And the company that had done the repair job sent a wrecker over. It was something that is under the warranty, so they're going to fix it back up. But in the meantime, I'm back to being the Uber driver. So
Hopefully until just Thursday.
not yet till this.
Well, she don't have work till
Gas
Friday.
mask for the curry, Leanne says. Leanne Scott says, put it better. Anyway, we're going to cook that up. Yeah, how do I post that? We'll have to do that. We'll have to post that recipe up on the...
Well, we could make a video out of it.
Oh, we're going to make a video out of it.
We can make a video out of making it, and
We want to put that recipe up, though. It's supposed to be pretty good, pretty hot. I think the gentleman that... Salman, Suman. I think he said have a beer handy. I think he said keep a beer.
Or a
handy.
glass
I
of
might be
milk.
Screwed.
Yeah, that milk shit don't work, Kathy.
It
Yeah.
Well,
I
I'm
tried-
careful.
I tried that.
I like hot stuff, but I don't like it too much.
Now, I had a guy in, as a matter of fact, I was working for the Army out here, and I was in the union, and one of the other union stewards, he was Hispanic, and he liked his food hot, and I was a union steward, and I was born in Cuba, and we were talking about the similarity between the foods and whatnot, and how each of us liked it hot. Anyway, first big challenge, he comes in one day with these 2 habanero peppers, and he said, John, let's eat the peppers and let's see who likes it the hotter. Well, I had never tasted a habanero before. I mean, just plain like that. Anyway, me and him both right there in the union shop, union office, took a bite down, and boy, I mean to tell you, he started welling up, crying, and I was sitting there chewing, and he spit it out first.
Oh, God.
And I chewed that sucker right up and swallowed. He run out of the room, and I just looked at everybody, and I just said, well, ain't that some shit? And I walked out. Well, I guarantee you, baby, as soon as I got out that door, holy crap, my mouth was on fire, baby. I was doing everything in the world to get that out of my mouth, and I couldn't. I do have a tendency, I can delay the emotion of pain. I not that I have a high tolerance of it, it's just I don't want to let you know it hurts. We had found this old gun. It was looked like a BB gun, and it was breakdown in the center. Okay, but the caliber it looked too big for a BB, but not big enough for a 22, but it had a rifled barrel, and it was a very old gun, but it broke down. And when you broke it down, it had a little hole there. Now, I was telling my brother, well, either air comes out of that hole or a little firing pin is going to pop out. And so you know whether it's an air rifle or a firing pin that comes out of there. And this is where I tell you, I'm not always the brightest guy when it comes to shit sometimes. So I said, well, you know, if you just pull the trigger, I'll hold my finger right there. Just pull that trigger and I'll feel whether or not it's air or whether it's a firing pin. I did not think that gun would slam shut. My brother pulled the trigger on that thing, and I mean that gun just snap shut. I mean, just slam shut. My finger is in there. And I turned right to my brother and I said, damn, you wouldn't believe how much that hurt. I mean, this thing shot my fingernail right across the room. I mean, the fingernail was just plumb gone. Blood was just like,
Oh.
and I just looked at him with a stone cold face. I said, do you know how much that hurt? And then shortly after, I go into the whole dramatic thing. God, dog, that hurts. But yeah, never did. By the way, it did have a firing pin. Just concluding up with that little story, it did have a firing pin. At the moment, I really didn't give a shit.
A collection of those types of stories, though.
I have a long list of stories. Yes, I do. That's how you get wise, baby. Yeah. Life teaches you the lessons, though. Deb Long, damn, David, damn them. Uh-oh. I don't know who that went to, but Deb Long, thank you for being here, baby. Donna Sturdivant, there she is. Bye, Virginia. I knew Donna.
She's been here for a little bit.
Yeah. Randy Peterson's here. He's up in Arkansas.
I'm gonna try to add a caller to the call. That's redundant. By the name of David. He is actually he recently joined the Blue Dot family and he's a Patreon member.
So well, we appreciate that, David.
I'm going to try to add him to the call here. Sorry for the wait. I'm just trying to get my bearings here.
We're going to get our shit together here eventually.
Randy Peterson says Travis is the shit.
Well, thank you. Someone notices. No.
Travis is the what? Shit? Y'all don't know half of it.
Oh, boy.
If it wasn't for him, none of this would be happening. He's a whiz with the tech stuff, and I'm thankful for him.
I appreciate it. Okay, we're going to try to add him to the call. Oh, it says he was unavailable, so we'll try again in just a few minutes.
David? That's his name?
Yeah, David lives in Washington State. Recently joined the BDF, and he's a Patreon member. Y'all rock.
We love our Patreon members. We want to give a shout out to all our patrons. We have, what, about 160?
Yes, and actually this is as good time as ever to bring this up. Hang on.
Where's my screen with all the names on it?
I'm going to hit a button. Oh, that happens at the end of the show. Otherwise, the microphones will get cut.
We appreciate all our Patreon members and those that support the show in that way because without them, it's how we. Oh, look there, you're changing.
Yeah,
shit.
I'm changing stuff. My bad.
Things go all haywire here, and I don't see shit.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to my stream.
But we owe a great debt of gratitude to those who donate to Patreon. $1 a month, baby. Where else are you going to get such fine entertainment as this for $1 a month? I'm telling you, baby. You just can't do it. Look at there, a big rock in the orchard. Holy crap.
Yeah, no, just forgive me here. For some reason, I'm running into something.
Well, when he zooms in close on that camera on this screen right here, I can see my age, baby. Look at this beard. This has got to go. I'm telling you, old ladies hold the door for me at the store. Like...
John, Donna asks, is Marsha ever going to be on the show?
No.
Oh, boy.
I can answer that one real quick. Nope. Mama never gonna.
I got a gal.
I've been married to that woman for 42 years. I can tell you real fast that she is the sweetest thing. She's beautiful. She's all those things that I fell in love with 42 years ago. But is she gonna get on this camera? No way, baby. That's not Mama. Travis can vouch for me. She's a bit shy in that way. There ain't no bit to it. She is definitely shy.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
The streaming program I'm using just disappeared, and I was having an existential crisis there for a second. So
are we gone? Are we still?
No, we're still there.
We're still there. There
yeah,
you go.
we're all here.
I can hear you.
There you
Yeah,
go.
no, the stream didn't go anywhere. It was just my controls were gone, so I had to fix that. Okay, so now that crisis has been averted, let's try to add all.
David
David
Billings says
back.
the Reapers will send you to the ER. Seriously, I know. Not personally, but my other son, the one that's in the other room in there.
Here.
Yeah, he knows what that Carolina Reaper tastes like. Is that what they ate?
No, he didn't do that.
No.
We We had other people try it. He nearly came close to trying it, but he only did the ghost pepper, which was the second hottest.
Tyler did the ghost pepper.
Yeah, I think we got David in the call now. David, you there?
Hello?
Hello, David.
John,
How you doing, bub?
Some backfeed.
I'm doing fine. How's it going down there in Tejas?
It's doing pretty good, baby. Doing pretty good.
Good.
A little
Good,
warm.
I'm glad.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I've been watching.
Gotta kill the background
Yeah,
stuff.
David, can you please
Yeah,
mute
there's
your
background
computer
stuff.
or whatever you're
How about
using to
now?
watch the stream?
That better?
That's better.
That's way better. Thank you.
There you go. You're up in Washington, huh?
Headphones on? Okay, hang on a second.
All righty. Up in Washington. Well, that's part of
How
the
about
country. Yes, sir. There you go. That's a part of the country I haven't been in. I'd love to go up to the northwest corner. It's gorgeous up there.
Better, John?
What's that?
Okay.
It's Christmas tree land.
Yes, it is.
You need to come up.
It is. It's gorgeous. My father was stationed at Whigby Island.
Oh, okay. Naval Station.
Right. Of course, now that was before my memory. I think I may have been there. There was some old 8mm film from up there, but if I'm in it, I'm probably in a bassinet or something. You know. So.
Yeah.
So we're glad to have you, David, and I want to thank you, bud, for being a Patreon member. We really appreciate that.
Hey, I just wanted to see if I could get in touch with you tonight, John.
Oh well, I tell everybody, anybody. Some of our blue dots have our phone number. Kathy has my number, don't you, Kathy? Yes, you do.
Yeah, I got your number.
Yeah, she's got my number. All right.
Wait a second. David,
Got mine too.
David, are you actually there? I think we might be experiencing a little bit of lag.
Yeah, I think when you add, keep adding callers, I think 5 or 4 at a time.
Okay. The only one we're having trouble hearing now is David.
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
There you go.
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, it didn't sound like there was any lag from this end anyway.
No, there's not now.
Yeah.
No.
If you got something playing in the background or you're playing the stream on YouTube or Facebook, that you get the lag.
Yeah.
It's YouTube.
Oh, it's YouTube.
Yeah.
You got to just listen on Skype.
Yeah.
Ah.
I think we
Yeah.
got
Just listen on Skype.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's a delay on video.
Yeah, if you try to watch the stream and answer me there, what I'm saying there, I did about 15 seconds earlier. So yeah, if you're trying to call in, always use your Skype. Always listen to the Skype and pay no attention to the guy behind the counter. So
Okay.
Behind the curtain.
yeah, behind the curtain there.
And headphones are key.
Yeah,
I
headphones.
switched over to Skype.
Yeah, there we go.
I skipped over.
Speaking of headphones, anybody have any recommendations for headphones for me that are not super expensive? Because I don't have the money.
Sony makes a $20 pair. I'll have to link you to it. My girlfriend uses them to mix music actually, and they work really good. $20, that's a good mid-range. But that's just my opinion. If we got any other opinions, by all means. But really quick though,
You want
a what?
You want wireless?
It really doesn't matter as long as I have a mic, because I use them for the Tim Cormall show, and now I'm using them here, and any other thing I could use it for, I probably would, because it's becoming
I've got a Plantronics.
Do the earbuds.
Earbuds don't fit my ears.
Yeah.
No, I got a
Kathy has very
Plantronics
tiny ears.
that I bought, but it's about $69.
Yeah, those are nice ones. I use Logitech ones.
Yeah, I've got Logitech out in the shop.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir, David.
I went over to Skype. Did it get any better?
Yes.
Yes. You're in loud and
There
clear.
you go.
Whereabouts are you in
Yeah,
Washington?
that's
there?
perfect.
Where are you, David?
Up in Everett.
Everett?
Up in Everett. I'm just a short distance from Whidbey.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
Just a
country
short
up there.
distance. Yeah. We got snowed in here recently and absolutely just got pounded for this area. So it's all better now.
Right.
It's all better. So I just wanted to call in tonight and thank you for what you're doing. It's fantastic. I love the unpolished news.
That's me. That's me, baby. I don't polish shit up. That's Sarah Sanders' job.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, jeez.
I wanted to make sure I could touch base with you all tonight, and I will be calling you back here in the next week or so and get involved in this conversation because I got some shit to say.
There you go, baby. That's what we want. That's what I'm. If you got a voice out there, baby, that's what we want to hear.
That earns a flashy.
Good.
There you go. Look at that, David. You earned a flashy, buddy.
Hey,
He's
good.
got that thing with a remote control. He's got some lights he's had forever, and he finally figured out a reason for having them. That's exactly what I try to encourage.
I'm sitting here on Skype, and I'm looking at some fella's face, and I'm trying to figure out who this guy is.
That's probably Keith Thompson, another one of our blue dots.
That might be Keith. Is Keith still in here?
Glasses?
Baby, we're having a family reunion tonight.
Yeah. Hey, Candy, you are saying, do you need headphones to call in and participate? Yes, because otherwise it's going to give a reverb on.
Yeah, it's always
sound.
best to have a set of headphones on, and that way you're listening through the Skype.
Headphones.
Yeah.
Buds,
anything,
whatever
Earbud,
you can
yeah,
use.
whatever it is. 2 tin cans.
Yes,
with some string.
indeed. Hello.
Hello, Keith.
Yeah, Keith that was about 30 seconds, if not more. I don't know.
Wow. Keith, we got to get you fixed up, buddy, because that didn't happen the first time Keith was on.
No, it didn't happen the first time, so... And I'm pretty sure that's not our delay on the stream, so I don't know what's up with that.
I don't know.
But I told him I'm going to get in touch with him and try to fix that anyway.
Yeah, we got to fix that, Keith.
Dennis, you're probably right.
Keith has been with us a long time. Keith is one of those people that helps us out and is a supporter, and we really appreciate Keith all the time. Those that donate and keep this thing going. It's how it's started. I just I'll give a shout out, as a matter of fact, to Michael Shawn, who just got his diving certification down in Aruba, baby. He posted some pictures down there. He went down to Aruba and got, as a matter of fact, he got a tattoo on the back of his calf of a dive flag. And I just talked to him the other day. Michael Shawn is the guy that when my iPad just about died and I couldn't do the show anymore, Michael Shawn stepped up and sent us this MacBook Pro, and I'll tell you what, baby, I never go hardly a day without picking that thing up that I don't remember that, and it's those, really special. Somebody step up and do something.
It's that long list that keeps growing for when we make it bigger. People we want to like.
Yeah, because this family keeps growing, and we want to be able to reach out. I want to hear from David. I want to hear from Keith. Kathy, I want to hear from the Blue Dots. I don't care who you are or where you are. If you can get Skype downloaded, we're going to be right here, baby.
I guess
Skype's free. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to load it.
Skype is a free service.
It's just an app.
Yeah, it was pretty easy, and I'm technically challenged. So
that's me, buddy. That's why I got a son. That's me. I'm technically. Hey, thank goodness I have a phone. Hey, come up here and fix it. Now, the other day, we get our TV through the internet.
Yeah.
And so we have to go to, what is it, Hulu to get to...
to get to HBO?
HBO.
Yeah.
So it switched up because Sling, where we used to get HBO, because we're slingers, and then HBO left, so we had to find some other way because I don't like to miss Bill Maher. And John Oliver, those are several shows that I really like to watch.
Hey, you can see that on YouTube, John.
Oh, I know it, but I like to see it live. And Mom, besides that, Mama's got shows. It's not.
I've tried to tell them that before too.
That's the reason I want HBO. It's not the reason we have HBO. but we do have it because Mama's got shows there she watches, and that's what my job is, to make sure she's got HBO. But anyway, Sling dropped it, so we had to find a new way, and my God, we could not find it. We're up there searching all over the place, and every Friday we have to call Travis up there to find the damn station so we can watch Bill Maher, because I won't miss it.
And for those who are wondering, hang on, I gotta get intimate here. For those wondering if I get mad every time they call me and ask me to do that, I say no. Because at one point I had to learn how to use a fork and a spoon. You know what I mean? So they took the time to teach me, so...
There you go. I taught him how to use a fork. He's got to come up and change the channel when I need it.
Yes.
Take care of Papa.
Yes, of course.
That's right, baby. That's the way it works.
Yeah, but you gotta take care of your father.
Well,
Yep.
of course.
That's right. That's right. I'm your father, Luke. What's your name?
Oh, what's my name?
That's what Donnie's going to do. Dad, they got an arrest warrant for me. Who are you? Yeah. I'm not sure Donnie's going to stand good. Donnie's going to try to give out pardons. That's what Donnie thinks this whole game is going to be. Donnie thinks he'll just be able to hand out pardons to everybody, pardon himself.
He can't get them out quick enough.
No,
There's
no,
so
no.
many.
Because you know Jarrett and Don Jr. and Ivanka, you know they're wrapped up in this shit. You know they all are.
Hey, is Stone going to jail on Friday?
Who?
Thursday. Yeah.
Stone.
Stone? Oh,
He
man.
might be.
Who's going?
He
I
should.
think so.
I think the judge ought to make an example of him.
Yeah.
Throw his butt in
Yeah.
jail right
Well,
there with Manafort. Just,
He,
Absolutely.
he made the example
you
of
had a
Manafort.
deal, baby. He got
Yep.
a deal. And then you
She-
piss
she-
on the deal?
she-
No, I don't give a shit about you. Go to
Oh.
jail.
Hey,
Yeah.
none of them are smart enough to figure that out.
No, they're all playing a game with this stuff, including Donnie. He thinks it's just, it's like reality TV. When the season's over, he leaves.
You know,
I wish.
this whole thing of taking funds away from the military to fund this wall. You know, you got Lindsey Graham out there saying, "Yeah, this is a great idea." I have a daughter who's in the Army active duty, and I went to visit her basic training unit down in his home state, South Carolina.
Right.
The barracks that these troops were living in were designed to be lived in for a year, and this was decades ago.
Yeah,
There were
that's the way they work that shit.
mushrooms growing out of the floor.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
jeez.
You could look down from their floor and see into the next one because the floors were rotted.
Boy, howdy.
It's like, so you're
Well,
going to
I
take
see
that
nothing's
money.
changed in 40 some odd years. Well, I
Yep.
remember my duty station in Jacksonville, Florida, the barracks there were from out of World War II when I lived there. I mean, when I was
Yep.
stationed
Well,
there.
that sounds about right.
Yeah, they
My
were
dad
leftovers. As a
probably
matter
would
of fact,
recognize them.
that was my first brush in the newspaper ever in my life. I was featured in the newspaper in the Jacksonville Navy Times down there because the chow hall caught fire. And you talk about something that went up like a tinder block. I mean,
Yeah, I
it
bet.
just boom. And I was
Yeah.
on a fire hose, and I got my face kind of burned up a little bit. Got embers in my eyes and stuff. Anyway, they put me in the hospital for a couple of days with patches over my eyes, and that was a scary thing. But yeah, I remember that fire, and I remember that building went up real quick. You know.
Yeah. Did you retire? Did you retire from the military, John?
No, I retired from civil service. I worked for the Corpus Christi Army Depot. I did 7 years for the Navy and another 16 for the Army as a civilian.
Good for you.
And thank you, and thank your daughter. People always say thank you for your service, and I always answer that with, well, thank you for paying your taxes.
That's right.
That's what.
Thank
Really?
you. You're worth it.
That's where our tax money, and every one of them, my feeling on the defense budget is I don't believe it should be that high. I think we could cut a lot. I called it. There's a lot of defense contractor business that goes on that
Absolutely.
Hey, can I tell you a story, John?
Sure. Please, my story.
Okay, I went to technical school in 1970 at Chanute Air Force Base in Rantoul, Illinois, in the middle of frickin' winter. And we had World War II barracks,
That's
And you know they had that they have the like a screen on the outside, and then they got the pull up windows on the inside.
Yes.
But there's a space there,
uh-huh.
so people use their windowsill as a refrigerator.
Ah, what was that?
So you can walk down the street and see what people have in their windowsill and say, "Do I want to go visit this guy? Oh yeah, look, see
Look
what
at
he's
that.
got in there.
He's got the
Let's go."
beer on ice, buddy.
That's right. Midnight
go hit him
requisition.
up.
I
And
was,
we had a guy that came around to the barracks, and there was one door in the barracks, and then there was the fire escapes out the back of the barracks. We had a guy that come in there every night, pizza pop guy. He just opened the door to go in the barracks, and he hollered, "Pizza pop!" And he'd sit there and wait for guys to run down through the barracks to buy pizza and pop.
boy, I had a shit. Our barracks were so old, we used to joke that the roaches used to line up in columns and march to work every day. First, roaches prepare to march. Second, roaches stand fast. You know, yeah. I'm telling you. That's why come the military budget, construction budget, that's for the soldiers. Those construction projects are what's going to bring new barracks, new schools, new hospitals, that kind of stuff to the soldiers that we proclaim are worth it. And now Donnie's going to run in there and steal the money for this bullshit? No, I don't think so, baby.
Yeah.
Need to put a stop to that crap. That's all he's trying to do is circumvent Congress. He doesn't give a shit what the law says. He doesn't give a shit what the Constitution says.
Nope.
You know, he stumbled into
He
this
doesn't
job.
know what the Constitution says.
No, but people are trying to
Can't
point
read
it out every day. They're trying to teach him. And,
Or as Barbara Boxer said on MSNBC tonight, he doesn't know what democracy looks like.
no. He wants a dictatorship.
Definitely can't spell it.
You know, if Donnie had his way, he would. He'd shut SNL down. He'd shut the Late Show down. He'd determine what you was going to watch on your TV, what the news is. Fox would be the only outlet. That kind of bullshit. That's the world Donnie would really like.
I think Alec Baldwin pretty well nailed him on Saturday night with the bling bling to the back of the head. And
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's pretty much reality
Yeah,
TV.
right. And you know damn good and well Donnie's sitting right there watching it. He's probably.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
That just really torqued Donnie off.
He's probably got a team of people sitting there watching it and dissecting it, and give him something to tweet about.
Donnie sits in his bed surrounded by 10 TVs with a bucket of chicken in his lap. That's what that man does.
Yeah.
60% of his time is executive time. What everybody else calls jacking around. Dude,
Yeah.
A bucket
So-
of chicken and 3 Big Macs.
Yeah, so 60% executive time. He's campaigned. He just campaigned in Florida today, maybe, or yesterday. So, between that and when is anything getting done?
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's impossible. We've all worked. What you can get done.
The only
in a
things
day.
that get done are the things that the Republicans have taken. The tax cut got done because the Republicans shoved it up our butt. And that's what I want to see. I want to see us do that same tactic. I know I'm tired of well, when we get in, we have to negotiate with them. Kiss my butt. If we get in power, baby, I'm going to take the same shit that they do to us.
Yep, I was born and raised in Kentucky, so you know what our leadership was.
Oh, man, I wish Kentucky get rid of Mitch McConnell. You talk about a guy that
And Bevin.
Oh,
Yes. Mitch McConnell, he's a little, we joke about him being a turtle. He's a sleazebag. He stomps all over the Constitution. I mean, that
He does.
right after Obama was elected, that slime ball comes out and says that their main,
Going to jump
make sure that he's a one-term president.
System
Yeah.
problems.
Yep.
To obstruct and delay, and that's exactly what
Let's
they
go
did.
Blue Dots. Catch you guys later.
Hey, Keith, is that you, buddy?
I think he's signing out.
I think you're signing out. We got to get that fixed, bud. I want Keith's voice in here. Keith has been a big supporter of us. We'd like to have his voice in here, but there seems to be some kind of delay going on with
Somebody's
Keith.
sharing a screen.
I see something Pegasus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see
Kathy. Kathy.
No, it's not. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
It's not me, Pegasus. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Somebody's desktop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
probably-
can't see anything
it's-
because I turned the video feed
it's
off
probably-
and save bandwidth.
It's probably Trump Space Force tuning in on
Yeah,
us.
Space Force.
Oh,
Didn't he put out
jeez.
some notice tonight or some shit about that? He signed something tonight about Space
Yeah.
Force.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he hasn't got any funding for it yet. He
Right. He
doesn't-
wants another, I don't know how many $1 billion. for
Hey, why don't we
Space
take that
Force.
out of the wall money?
Yeah,
He doesn't
exactly.
even understand the Air Force already has something that's
I
called
know it.
Space Command.
I know it. Space Command. That's right
Right.
there. He wants to change it. He wants a whole new bureaucracy, a whole new branch of the services.
yeah,
I think he saw an episode of the Jetsons or something. I don't.
yeah,
I'm trying to
must
add Randall
have.
Herman back
God.
to the call because he's been trying to get in, and
Well,
I'm trying
Keith
to add
Thompson,
him.
buddy, I'm sorry we had trouble with you again tonight. That first night we had Keith on here, everything came in crystal
Just
clear.
fine. Yeah, I don't understand why.
Why we're having a delay
issues
on him.
now.
But
We're gonna try adding Randall. into
Randy
the call.
Kerbin?
Yeah, we're gonna
Probably
see if he
too
gets
many
in.
people.
well, y'all want me to get off?
We can just leave the stream.
I can
going
leave.
there.
Y'all can talk. Well, that's what we do after like Bob Kincaid show.
Yeah.
When Bob signs off and says goodnight, everybody that's on the Skype there usually kind of hangs around and
Well,
talks.
yeah.
So I
it's
just
like-
I just leave it open for people to talk.
Yeah, that's that's when conversations start up. Oh,
That's a good
Billable Rick
practice.
and Steve from Georgia Stan, they're really good guys. I like them people over there.
I tried to get Steve to come in tonight.
Oh, Steve would be great. Steve from Georgia Stan.
Yeah, I advertised it, but nobody bit.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
John, did I hear you say that you had somebody in Europe that was following you?
Oh, baby, we got
Several.
them all. We got them in Europe. We have them in. Let me see. We have them in Japan, Switzerland, Great Britain, Norway, Finland, Spain, Australia, New Zealand. These are off the top of my head now. I'm remembering.
Yeah, I'm
Of course,
trying
to-
Canada. And before I forget, Goose Island, Antarctica. Goose Island, Antarctica. Baby, we reached out.
That's awesome.
That is, to me, this guy wrote to me one time, it's from Goose Island, Antarctica, and I'm thinking, what the hell? You know, and that, again, the age of technology,
Antarctica.
you know, it goes around the world, and you know, it's just amazing. We have great family in Scotland and England, and I got beer from Norway, buddy, from the Netherlands. From the Netherlands, I got beer.
I heard you say the other night you were drinking some hooch from Kentucky, from
Yes.
Richmond, Kentucky.
Yes, sir. I have his name is Mark. Hot dog it. I got names in my head, baby. I swear. Yes, it's called Big House Bourbon, and yeah, I'm
That's
running
bourbon.
low on that stuff. He sent me a
Kentucky
bottle
bourbon.
of Big House Bourbon. It's really good bourbon. I liked it. As a matter
Oh.
of fact, I'm over halfway through the bottle. You know, just a little at a time. I like bourbon over ice. As a matter of fact, if I had my choice between beer and bourbon, I'd rather have the bourbon. But I don't
yeah.
mix anything with it because that's where you get sick. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. A good
I'm-
shot of
I'm-
bourbon
I'm-
stands on its own.
Yes, it
I'm
does.
strictly
Yeah.
I'm strictly a beer and bud man.
Beer and Bud.
Beer,
Yeah,
beer,
beer and
Bud,
Bud.
I'm with you.
Bud out there in that
I'm with you,
legal
too.
area out there. They got stores
Bud
out
Light.
there that sell that shit. Can y'all believe that crap? They have stores.
Where?
Yeah,
You know what we got in Texas?
betcha.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Jail.
Jail. That's what, yeah, you got jail here. It'll spark up around here, buddy.
I live in Washington State, and I can walk out of. I live in a retirement community. I can walk out my front gate and be at 2 dispensaries within 5 minutes.
Hey, David.
And you know,
David.
it's just not a big deal up here.
David.
People,
No.
Hey, David.
people think. Yes, sir.
Hey, David.
Yes.
Kiss my ass. Kiss
Hey,
my ass.
I
I
between
gotta
4 or
I
5.
gotta drive 40 miles to get mine.
Ah,
seriously,
shit.
I only have to drive 5 minutes.
Listen to this.
Cause I live in a
Disgusting.
dry county.
I ought to make a law.
it's a beautiful
I'm telling
thing.
you, baby. It is. You know, it's ridiculous that it's not legal all across the United States. You know, it just,
It's
Yeah.
happening.
you know.
It's happening slowly but surely.
Well, look at the benefit
Might
from the
get
tax
sticky
alone
over there.
to every
It's at this
community.
point.
You know. But I understand they're trying to work hard, get it off the Schedule 1 list. So thank goodness they can start some research, because Lord knows nobody knows what the effects are.
Oh, come
Really?
on.
Go
They
ask
do
the old
know
hippie down the
effect.
street. He'll tell you the long-term effects of marijuana on the system. Hell, ask me. I'll tell you. You know, it's just ridiculous that it's still on a Schedule 1 list. But,
I'll tell you, it's the best thing for pain.
Right?
It is.
well, they'd rather push pill on
You
you
got
down here.
Cheech Chong and Willie Nelson. They're still kicking, so they're
Yeah.
doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That old
It
Willie
makes it just
song,
a
there's
little
more
bit
old
easier
drunks than
to,
there are old doctors. So,
Make-
anyway.
It's
Yes, it is.
easier to
Well,
tolerate
that's,
the Donald.
you know, they fight so hard against the legalization of it.
I went for my first knee injection last week, and the
That
gal
sounds like
says, "You
fun.
still smoke marijuana?" I said, "No, I vape it. There's a difference."
Vaping. They're out there vaping.
Yeah, I just got a vape.
You
I
got
have
a vape?
I haven't used it yet. Yes. I
Great.
have a vape. I
But
also
he's
have
doing
a,
oil
Kathy.
or bud?
Kathy,
it's
kiss my
bud.
ass.
Concentrate.
Oh, okay.
It's oil. It's
Got
actually
vapes.
oil.
They got
I have,
stores.
oh,
Hey,
what
Shatter.
is it?
I bet y'all shit got names too, don't it?
Shatter.
Y'all's pot got names.
I use a Hebe dry herb vaporizer.
Listen to this
You just
shit.
put, and I've got a grinder, and you just grind up the pot, put it in the chamber, and let it heat, and then
No,
Hey.
mine is oil. I have
Yeah.
oil, and it's the kind from India. What's it called?
You know what I get? If I were to get some, I mean, if it was legal down here, I mean, if you stumbled into some, you need a chisel and a hammer, because it's been so compressed. Even the seeds are flat. Baby, I'm telling you, it's just.
Oh God, seed.
Not
They
a
don't even
pretty-
have seeds in
Ah,
ours.
look at this. Those
No.
If you
seeds.
buy bud, they have no seed. It's all bud.
no stems and seeds. You don't
Yeah,
need.
well,
guess
Acapulco
what?
Gold is badass weed.
Texas
Oh,
ain't there
my
yet,
my
baby.
oil is indica oil.
We get
Indica.
shit that's
Granddaddy
so compressed,
purple.
you don't even know what it is.
Hey,
Just,
you know, Trump's probably listening to us right now. In about 10 minutes, we'll
Oh.
have a DEA agent at our door.
yeah, I wish.
In California,
I got some.
not
I
so
got
not
some
so
Zeke
likely.
Hitler, San
Oh, you're in
Fernando
California?
OG,
Oh,
Marijuana,
see,
and I got some hippie
This
crippler.
shit
It's
got
good
names.
stuff.
Names.
Crippler.
names. So we used to dream about in the '60s some Acapulco Gold, man.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Want to look it up? Just search Queen and
Oh,
Dragon.
shit, no, you can go right on the computer and look it up, and there's very beautiful pictures of these. Yeah, you take those things and put it in a
That's
high
where I go to
compact
buy my
hydraulic
pot.
press and squish it into a damn, you know, along with the stems, the seeds, everything else. That's what we get down here, baby. It's dry down here. The stuff we get down here is just all stems and seeds, and rake that shit out of there.
Junk.
Yeah.
Just junk. I
Well-
have gummies too. I have some gummies and I have
Shit.
some chocolates.
Edibles too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. They're good.
And
They're good.
you got to be careful with those edibles because they don't work right away.
No.
Hour after, boy, wham.
Yeah.
See,
and
they
kinda
waited to
stick
do
with
all
you
this
the
shit. In
next day.
Yeah, they hang
2001,
in
when I
there. They
retired, I
hang
went
in
on
And
it.
you just take one little cube off of them.
Oh, kiss my
That's
ass.
right. You take more than one cube because, I've never heard of it in doses, but the gummies that I have are 90 milligrams of THC. Wow.
Somebody's asking, anybody remember Chew Thai Stick?
Oh, yeah.
In the YouTube chat. Deb,
Yeah.
I was in Thailand.
That's what I was fixing to say, Sparky. Me and you have had experience in there. Both Sparky and I were stationed in Utapao, Thailand. And when I first met Sparky on the internet, that's what caught me. Not only did he know how to spell Utapau, he knew where the hell it was. So yeah, I immediately picked up on Sparky when we first met. And,
I spent more time there than you did.
yes, you did. Yes, you did. You were more permanent there. I was more transient. I bounced all over the South Pacific. But Utapau, Thailand was one of my bases.
There was 22 sticks in a brick.
22 sticks in a brick. I don't know. When I was over there,
And a brick costs $3.50.
that's some shit.
Jeez, that's
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah.
Or you could go to the package sales store and get Papasan a bottle of gin for $1.50, and he'd give you a brick.
Boy, how the shit. I don't know. I had some when I was in Thailand. I don't know what it was. We were in the barracks, and Mama San come by, and she just delivered right to the room. So you had like room service. You know, if you wanted.
Yeah,
to
they
smoke.
took care of you Navy guys.
Yes,
We didn't
they
have
did.
that.
Oh yeah, no.
We had to go downtown.
No, I can't tell half the stories I know. Not even, baby. No,
I remember them all.
my time in the Navy was exactly what a Navy sailor would. What you think? That's me. Yeah.
Everything you, yeah,
Everything
you
that
could
comes
imagine.
along with that. That's right. I tell people though, I never made it on board a ship. I was at Airedale all the way. A lot of guys, when they got on the boat, were headed over to Japan. They'd get there next week, and I was going to be there tonight, baby.
Yeah.
And that was the nice. I really enjoyed most of the time I had in the Navy was exceptional.
Were you drafted or did you enlist?
No, I enlisted.
Okay.
Yeah.
I enlisted also
1971.
Yeah.
because I didn't want to get drafted. My draft number was 74. And
Oh,
they took the year before here in Tama County. They took up to like 180.
This I'm going to hold it up there. That watch band, not the watch itself. The watch band has seen several watches. That is engraved, and I remember the day it was engraved. It was engraved in the Philippines, and it says right there. It says John Bravo, enlisted March 11th, 1971, aviation electrician's mate, United States Navy. And I remember sitting or standing on the street corner, drinking a San Miguel beer, while this kid was probably about 15 years old with a hammer and a chisel, did all of this scroll work and my name and all that stuff. And that has been on there ever since about 1972.
Yeah.
I haven't lost it yet, so it means a whole lot to me. My kids were out in the backyard one time searching with flashlights. I had lost it over there doing some yard work, and I mean to tell you, ain't nobody in this house gonna rest until we find that watch band.
And then we did. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I think you were the one that found it.
Yeah, you were mowing the yard, and it ended up in the furthest corner of our lot, under that fallen log over there. You know that little cubby hole you go behind?
Right.
Yeah, it was all the way the hell back there.
Yeah, I was panicking.
In other words, the last place we looked.
There are three things that I cherish jewelry wise. My watch band on my other wrist is a bracelet. It's a U.S. Navy bracelet. I got it in 1971 for my father. When my father passed, he passed it back to me, and it's a very unusual. And the other one is a money clip, and that money clip I got in Utapau, Thailand. Sparky. It says on the, it's just a silver money clip. It says, "Welcome to Time and E Jewelry Factory," and they handed one to everybody that came in the door. And I've had that thing.
Did you get it on base?
No, it was in a jewelry store out in town. Out in town. I can't remember what. Yeah, it was a little jewelry store.
Did you ever go to Did you ever go to Sadahip?
Yes, a couple times. Now, mind you, most of the time I went off base, I was pretty well inebriated. Typical sailor.
Well,
we were looking for a bar. Yeah.
I was stoned 5 minutes after I got off the plane in Bangkok.
Boy, how the shit. It was not, a lot of people. I didn't. The U.S. military will introduce a lot of kids to drugs. I'm telling you, it used to anyway. Back in that day, marijuana was late '60s, early '70s. It was very prevalent in the military, and everybody smoked it back then, just about that I know. But
Well,
yeah,
you want to hear my story?
let me hear your story about the Thai stick.
Well, no, I'll tell you about the Bangkok.
Oh,
First getting to Chiang Mai, the Dong Mong Airport in Bangkok.
in Bangkok.
Yeah, well, I'd missed my Freedom Bird. It was a direct
Oh,
flight to Utapao, basically. So I had to fly. I had to take hops. So I flew on a C5 to the Philippines, and then I got on a C-141 that was going to Bangkok, and I got off in Bangkok and went to the base operations, their
What's that?
control thing. And
That
I'm
big
sitting
Air
there.
Force base up by Baguio in the Philippines.
No. It's. I don't know what. No, I was at Clark,
Oh, Clark Air
and then
Force.
I flew from. I flew from Clark to Bangkok, but there was a little military where the military would go,
Right.
terminal.
Oh yeah.
I go in there and I'm sitting there because I had to wait for a hop on a C-130 to go to Utapao.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, and this colored guy's next to me, and he says, "Hey man, do you get high?" And I said, "Fuck yeah."
Spark it up, buddy.
And he said, "Follow me." So we went outside that terminal, across the street. It was in front of the terminal, and there was a little Thai stand there, like a little mini grocery store there. And he talked to Mama-san over there, and he bought a couple joints, and we sat out there and had some drinks or whatever, and got loaded.
Clark is up in the northern part.
That was my introduction to Thailand. And
That was say hello. Welcome here. Spark it up, baby. I flew out of Clark. I was stationed down in Olongapo, around the Civic Bay, and I had just come back from town. My orders had came through. I had re-enlisted just shortly before that, and I had my choice orders. I was headed to Corpus Christi, Texas. But anyway, my orders came in. Then I had just come back from town. They said, "John, they're waiting on you, buddy. Grab your shit and get down to the flight line." And I did. I grabbed my bags as quick as I could, and I left my stereo system and everything there. Some buddies of mine were supposed to ship it to Texas for me, and it never got there. But anyway, I got down the flight line. They put me on a helicopter, and I flew from Subic to Clark. Had a nice ride to a good pilot. He flew a lot of treetop. I love that shit. And got on Freedom Bird at Clark, and then went back to landed in California at that one up
Travis
Air Force Base. Yeah. And that was in 74 or 73, 74, I think, 74. And
all runs together.
Yeah, memories, baby. I'm telling you, we got them, don't we, Sparky?
Oh yeah,
yes,
we got them,
buddy. I'm telling you. Well, I'll tell you what, people. I'm looking up here, and I just noticed it's 10:14. My wife is probably exactly wondering where the hell I am.
We've been going for 2 hours and 5 minutes.
2 hours, 5 minutes.
Are you kidding?
And Donnie's making a
Awesome.
big deal that Rush Limbaugh can run his mouth for he said he could do it without
3
talking.
hours.
For 3 hours, yeah.
If we started earlier, yeah, we can do it for way
Shit,
longer.
let that
than
somebody
this.
sit down in a chair. I'll give him 4 or 5 hours by myself.
No
Easy.
shit.
Running his
Anyway.
mouth is a good way to put it because nothing comes out but a
Ain't
bunch of
nothing comes out
shit.
of that man's mouth but a bunch of bullshit. My favorite.
Real
my,
quick, John.
Yes, sir.
Somebody was asking about your bird. Like, apparently, they could hear it faintly in the background. I was like, somebody's got some good ears because I didn't hear anything.
I
Fred-
didn't hear anything.
Fred is out there. Yes, we have a parrot. He is a yellow-naped Amazon.
And he loves to be recognized.
He loves-
if you can hear him from the stream, he's doing his job.
I'm telling you, that bird can make some noise, baby. I love this bird.
We heard him yesterday on Discord.
Oh, that's right. Y'all did hear him. Yes, he can get a little loud. He
Once we upgrade our mics, though, that won't happen again, unless if everybody likes to hear the bird.
I was on the phone with somebody the other day, one of our Blue Dot members, as a matter of fact, and the bird was going nuts.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
Wait, let's just stay quiet. Let's see if we can pick it up.
I heard him.
I think I heard it too.
Yeah, I heard it
Now
too.
that somebody mentioned it, I
I have
listened.
headphones on.
He
Which
knows
means
you're
my wife
talking
can hear it
about
a
it.
whole lot better than we can.
Yeah, right.
When he gets he wants a snack, buddy. He'll bug my ass to death. He loves corn chips. He wants a corn chip. Get up and get him a corn chip.
I hear that was a good one.
He is. He's just the sweetest bird. I love him. His favorite words are, he'll ask me if I want a margarita. Yeah. You want a margarita? You want a margarita? Well, hell, I'm waiting on him to make one. That's when you'll impress me, when you make me one.
Yeah.
But he sings in Spanish. It's a beautiful song. I don't know what he's singing. Something about a lost love is all I can figure. But he just, he's full of entertainment. But, I was telling somebody this morning, it's not too entertaining when you're up at, like, you get up and you first have your first cup of coffee, and I'm trying to be real quiet. Because the minute he hears me, I got him covered up over there in the morning. Well, then he wants to be, he'll start that squawking shit and all that shit, trying to get the bird something to calm him down before Mama wakes up. Yes, we love our bird.
I swear we just ignited YouTube with chat with the bird. Everybody's talking about.
We got Fred the bird. I got Jenny my donkey. Boomer the goat. We have dogs are Molly, Emma, Jack, and Willie. The two cats that live inside are Khaleesi and Pearl. And then the cats that live outside, oh Lord, they all have one name as far as I'm concerned. They're all called Ita Baby. Ita Baby. Look at here, Ita Baby. Some of them have names, but yeah, we have anywhere from 13 to 15 cats line up for breakfast every morning, and they're not mine, but like anything else around here, if it shows up, we're going to feed it. And
well, cats adopt you,
Yes.
Yeah, they
We've
sure
been
do.
adopted out the wazoo. Because it does. It ranges anywhere from 15 to 20 cats out there sometimes. And you talk about
I have one
cat
inside.
food. Lord have mercy. Join Patreon because I need cat food. I tell Mama all the time, I swear. Again? Really? I'm buying 16-pound sacks of cat food, and I swear we'll go through that in no time. But Mama's very adamant. The kitties will be fed, so it's on the grocery list.
YouTube wants you to know, in case you haven't heard, the bird is the word.
The bird. Bird's the word. That's right, baby. I love that bird. I swear I love that bird.
He knows we're talking about him now, so he's
he
like upping
probably
his
hears
game.
They're hearing his name in there.
You'll have to introduce him to your audience.
Well, I posted a picture of him before on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll have to bring
Oh, you did?
I'll have to bring him in here one day and let
Yeah.
him walk around on
It'd be cool if we
set.
can get you on your phone just to do like a short live stream. You can go out there and visit with Jenny and Boomer.
Yeah, me and Travis was talking about the other day. I wanted to do a video with Jenny. Everybody loves my donkey. She is the love of my life too. She's the sweetest donkey in the world. But that's the way we are. We love animals. We take care of them. We've had raccoons come up to the porch to eat. Mama put food out, and the raccoons will come up and eat next to the cats. So it's I don't know, regular old Noah's Ark around here sometimes.
It's a peaceful community out there. What can we say?
Yeah, we live right on the river, on the Nueces River down here in South Texas, and the river's fine as long as it stays in the banks. Occasionally it comes out of the banks and comes up underneath my house, but then I tell people, well, hell, I just get to park the boat right at the steps, baby. What man don't like that shit? Take your boat home.
How good's that?
Yeah, well, we get cut off long. On the area I live in, when it floods here, my house is actually the last house on this street to actually have water under it. So by the time the water comes up under my house, we're already cut off down the road. We live about a mile back from the main road, and you're cut off long before the water comes up under the house. So back here, baby, a boat's not a question of something that you'd like to have. It's a necessity. If it floods down here, it's the only way in and out. And it
Yeah.
can stay up for a long time. We've had it flood back here for a month, and that's a month going in and out of here by boat. And after a while, it ain't that much fun when you go to the grocery store and got to load it in the boat. You know, you go to the store, you put it in the cart, you unload it at the damn checkout, you put it back in the bag, you load it up there, you put it in your truck, you drive it home, you put it in the boat. By the time you get home, you don't even want to eat that shit. Just kick it
By
down
the time you put it in the boat, then
Yeah,
you got to
put it
take
in
it
the
out of the
boat,
boat,
then
and you
you
got
gotta
to
take it out
take
of
it
the boat.
upstairs, and then
I swear we got an idiot for a president.
Same song.
People out there, I swear.
Same
On
song with the
Colbert.
ding dong.
Did
Yeah.
anybody see Colbert last night?
Yes. Yep.
He said that each high note went to they said it was a B
B
B
flat.
flat.
A B
Yeah.
B flat. I appreciate, as a musician, I appreciated the fact that someone was able to catch that by ear.
Catch that by ear and know what note it is.
Yeah,
It
well,
just
he's
sounded like
a pianist, so his
I was busy laughing.
band leader is really,
Oh yeah, he's amazing.
has an
David
ear
said
for
we
that
need
stuff.
a bird cat.
yeah,
yeah.
he's amazing.
Sean E. Love, baby, I'm glad you're there all the time. I always see your comments, darling. I appreciate you being there. My internet went off for about 5 minutes, but you didn't miss anything important. Just me.
Yeah. We are approaching 2 hours.
We're
12
approaching 2
Yeah.
hours.
And I know we're all over the globe. It's 10
Terry
12
Weimer.
around here.
He does some work too. Kerry does.
Yeah.
I think Kerry does some with Joe Riddle over on the New News.
Cool.
I think so.
Got a lot of loud voices out here tonight then.
We do. We have a lot of great voices in this family, and it needs to continue because, 2020's coming, baby. Look at all the fun we had getting to 2018. Wasn't that a good?
Oh.
That was a lot of fun. Now we get to do it all over again, except this time it's much more important.
I don't know if fun is the right word for that, but
Oh, look at all the grand. It's the first year we did this show. I did this show every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah, you
Thursday.
did.
Yes, I did every day.
I remember.
Baby. I was faithful to it for over a year.
yeah, but that's my fault because it started to eat you up a little bit. It's like, Dad,
It
you
did.
gotta
How come I
breathe
cut
a
back
little bit.
to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But now we're working our way right back into 7 days a week because I like this format. I like being able to reach out, and I want to be able to reach out and touch more people.
You still need to do a video on the river again.
Yes, I do. I need to get my kayak. That kayak's out. I just moved it the other day because I had to mow around it. But it's right down there on it. And the other day, I just told Travis the other day, I came back in, my arm was a little sore, and that's probably where
Yeah.
I went down there with a machete the other day because after the flood, this last flood, it gets overgrown down there with brush and stuff, tall weeds and crap, and I had to go down there with a machete the other day and just hack me out a spot to be able to launch my kayak because I haven't fished in there in a while. I want to get some fishing done pretty soon too. It's nice living on a river. I mean, when it floods, it floods. It's one of those things you just got to. If you live out here, you just expect it. It's going to come once every 5 years or so. There'll be a big flood, and you just deal with it. Other than that, I love living on the river, baby. The wildlife and the views, the birds, everything out here. We have squirrels, we have everything. So nice and calm and peaceful. Anyway, we're going into 2.5 hours, I guess. So I guess I better start shutting this down. I want to thank all y'all for showing up. Dennis, Kathy, David, Keith.
You gonna forget me?
No, I was trying to. I just want to ask this. Hey, Sparky, I hope don't take offense to this because I consider it. Does anybody else think Sparky sounds a little bit like Cheech Marin? Is it Cheech Marin or
No.
Tommy Chong?
Tommy.
I'm thinking Tommy Chong.
Yeah.
It's Tommy Chong. I'm sorry.
Tommy Chong, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's Tommy Chong. Does anybody else think that? Put it in the comments because I do. Ever since I heard Sparky, I've always thought, that guy sounds like Tommy Chong. Sounds like the Cheech and Chong guy, dude. That's a compliment in my book, buddy. And by the way,
I grew up with it, and I did a big bamboo joint in Thailand. You wouldn't believe. That's another story.
I don't want to brag, but I do have the
John,
Big Bamboo album, and it still has the paper in it. If you can believe it.
Now that you mentioned it, you're right.
Maybe Billy Bob Thornton and Sling Blade.
Oh,
there you go.
I
Oh,
would
you could probably go there.
do a little Bumhouser.
Do a little
Just
boom
kidding.
power.
Listen to Travis here. They can do this.
Well,
shit.
no. Don't hype it up too much, because I know people who can do a dango boomhauer, but I can't do that dango good boomhauer. You know, it's kind of like a slice of life, man. You know, dango like riding the wave, man. Just gonna light up and spark it. You know, get
Yeah,
a
you can do
dango
that.
ride.
It's
That was some McConaughey right there.
All right.
all right.
I drive a Lincoln.
He drives a lake.
Do you drive a Lincoln?
well, I'm supposed to say man more often.
You're supposed
Yes.
That's the only thing you're missing at that point, man.
Hey, man.
Well, you know, that's just.
Hey,
your
man,
opinion,
do you
man.
got any of that Labrador?
Labrador? Oh yeah.
Come on, don't tell me
Labrador.
I forgot
I
the
got
name.
I know
of
what
that
Labrador
movie.
Yeah, what kind of shit is that? It's my dog ate it. Have to wait.
The little dude ate my stash, man. I had to follow him with a bag.
I
for a
saw
little
them out in California, out at university there, Palo Alto University. Shit, that was early. I can't
Stanford?
remember. Cheech and Chong. They were at the college there. They did a routine there, I think. And
At Stanford?
Yeah.
it's Stanford. That's what it
Yeah.
was. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's in Palo Alto, right?
No, well, actually, Stanford is Stanford.
Oh.
It is now. don't think
I
back
remember a
then
lot
it
of. I remember I lived in
turned
Mountain
to-
View in San Jose. I worked in Cupertino at a pipe and tobacco shop over in Cupertino.
It's all a megagopolis to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all meshed
Well, the whole
together.
Bay Area
But
there was.
Stanford has its own city limits.
Yeah.
They've gotten so big.
Boy,
Damn.
howdy.
They're all over the place.
I'd love to go back to. I'd love to. Our plan was we were headed that way in 2001. When I retired, we had gotten an RV and we started traveling all over the country. Had gone out east and Blue Ridge Mountains, all that stuff, up the Appalachian, and had turned west and had intended to go into Washington State, come down and through Oregon into California. We had made it as far as Rapid City, South Dakota. We were at Mount Rushmore when 9/11 happened. I had retired in July of that year.
June.
Yeah.
No, May. Because we left June 1st.
Oh yeah, I retired in May. Yeah, we left in June,
Yeah, left in
Yeah.
June.
and right after that, then we came home. Of course, nobody knew what was happening that day. I was keeping a journal, as a matter of fact, on that trip. It's the only time I'd ever kept a diary type thing. I kept a journal. Men don't keep diaries; we keep journals. But I look back at it occasionally because of my writings on that day and what I wanted my family to know, because it was a scary time back then. So we came home, because nobody knew what it was. I didn't know if I was going to get recalled or what, but we didn't. But I never did make it back up to that section of the country. Took them out to the Grand Canyon and stuff after that, but we never did make it out to California. And I'd always wanted my wife to go up to see the redwoods, the green of the northwest part of our country, because it is so gorgeous up there. Not that every other
Yeah,
place
it's
we
beautiful
went.
up there.
It is, I was just telling, I think it was Randy Peterson the other day. I think he's up in Arkansas. That one of the best places I went on that trip was a place called Bull Shoals, Arkansas. Up there where Bull Shoals Lake, and right at the base of that lake is where the White River starts. And I had researched that where to go trout fishing, fly fishing, because I wanted to take up fly fishing, and that's where all the magazines said, well, you got to go to the White River. It's the most stocked river in the United States per mile, and you can catch all kinds of trout out there. Okay, that's where I'm going to go. And it turned out to be one of the most beautiful little places I've been on my trip around the country. I really loved it there in Arkansas. But
Got a lot
Yeah.
more traveling we need to do one day.
well,
Maybe we'll take the show on the road.
yeah, I'm working on it. Winning the lotto. Yeah. If I win the lotto, I tell people I'm going to buy me one of them big old buses. I'm going to hit the road. And I'm going to start visiting blue dots all over the place. That's what I'd love to do. Do the show
Oh, I'd
from your
love to
house.
do that myself.
Oh, I would.
When you
yeah.
start when you start hiring roadies, let me know.
Yeah, yeah. We'll let you know, David. Anyway, I guess I better wrap this up, baby. I'm sure glad y'all all came in. I want to keep this up. We're going to do it again on Thursday, I guess, and keep this format going because I like the discussion, baby. I like the talk. So I want to thank each one of y'all for coming by. And
do we got anything we can plug from anybody
Yeah.
tonight in the chat? Anybody got anything going on that we'd want the
world
viewers
to
know about?
Well, they can follow me on Let's Remember to Never Forget on Facebook.
That's right, Kathy.
Twitter,
Kathy's
or the
Facebook
Tim
page.
Cormall Show.
Indeed. I encourage everybody, Bob Kincaid, Tim Cormall, these people that really got out there. Leo Sahaki, he has got Biker Wisdom. We have Randy Kervin that does it rant occasionally, and Richard Anderson gets out there and tries to use his voice. And I, like I say, I encourage the shit out of that. If you got something to say, baby, you got enough courage to turn that microphone on, turn that camera on. Do it, baby. This is the time to do it, and encourage others to do the same. And if you don't want to do that, just call on Skype to one of us, and we'll all talk to you. So, you okay, Kathy?
All right, y'all have a good night. See you Thursday.
All right, David.
You
Take
got
care of
it.
yourself, Bob.
Hey, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
And,
Good night, all.
Good night, Kathy. We'll see you next time. And
Yeah.
all righty, baby. Appreciate you showing up.
Oh, you're welcome.
Enjoyed the
Good night.
conversation. You take care. And Dennis, buddy, I appreciate you, bud.
I'm here.
All right, I know you are. Dennis is a good hand. He's going to become a regular on this show if we can get him to show up all the time. I enjoy his.
Well, I mean, if the people can stand me.
Well, Dennis, we'll do our best to put up with your ass. I don't
And-
know, buddy. It shouldn't be too hard. They put up with me, so.
Don't listen to him, Dennis. I appreciate you being
Yeah,
here. You've
Travis
been super
appreciates you being
helpful.
And
I
I
don't
think
deserve your
Sparky
help.
has been a bit helpful too tonight. hasn't
Yes,
he?
he has.
So there you go, bud. We
Well, yeah,
appreciate
you can contact me. Send me a contact request on Skype at Sparky Dunk, and just with the message, I'm a blue dot in Texas,
There you go.
and I'll put you on Friday on the front porch if you want.
Yeah.
There you
On
go.
Friday,
I so enjoyed that show.
Tell them where it's at, Duncan. The
Yeah.
website.
head on live
Yeah.
There
Just
you
is
go.
the website.
head on live, head on radio. And that's live radio on the internet. So yeah, when you're listening to
And
Bob
there'll
Kincaid,
be a link to the Skype group on that website
well, there you
on
go.
Friday.
Absolutely,
go.
people use your voice. Also, if and I know there's at least 60 people watching on YouTube right now, if you got feedback, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Any idea? There's no such thing as a bad idea. Well, okay.
Well, that's a cliche.
Voting Trump was
Yeah.
a pretty bad idea for most people,
Yeah, that's
but
a bad idea.
yeah, feedback
But
is
it wasn't
always
our idea. It wasn't
no,
our idea.
no, hell no.
Anyway, Sparky, thanks a lot, bub. Come
You're
back.
welcome.
Come back Thursday or whenever you want, bub. Appreciate you and Dennis both showing up there on Discord.
See how it works out.
All right. Well, y'all take care, and
I guess this is when we say goodbye to these.
I guess
lovely
this is
folks.
where we say goodbye to everybody. Like, share, subscribe. John Brittleville of Blue Dot in Texas on YouTube. John Brittleville on Facebook. John Brittleville Speaks Blue Dot Family. Go by there, join the family, be involved. Join the discussion here on Twitter at Blue Dot in Texas. Out my truck window. Anywhere else we can get the message. Thank you so much to those that donate to our Patreon page. Thank you, Jen Morgan, for doing
Yes,
the super
thank
chat.
you, Jen,
Thank you,
and
Jen. I
moderating the
appreciate
chat.
that, man.
You're great. You're amazing.
Jen Morgan always shows
Oh,
up.
wait.
Uh-oh.
Hold up.
Hold on. What do we got?
I get to do this on the air now. Hit the button.
Hit the button. Oh, we don't have the button. I don't think we have
Oh
the
wait,
button.
wait.
Do we have the button?
You mean wait?
No, not that button. The Patreon button. You got to fix that.
Wait, is the Patreon? Well,
The
okay.
Patreon page that shows up on my rants.
So, yes. Thank you for. I'm tired. Today has been a long day. Here we go. Ready and boom.
There. Thank you, Dennis. Got to remind us all the time to hit the button,
Christ.
baby. I've been Dennis has trained me well to hit the button because we are so thankful. To all
I'm
our
ashamed
patrons.
that I
You
forgot
better
that
get
shit.
on top of that.
I
shit.
know,
You're
God
over there
damn
with
it.
the keyboard. You got
Yeah.
control of this shit. You need to make sure that everybody knows that we enjoy their time and we know it's valuable to everybody. So we appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll do my rant on Wednesday. And Thursday, we'll be right back here. So get your Skype downloaded, get whatever it takes. Stop by and say hello to the family. That's it, baby.
All right.
I guess we'll fade out of here. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all later.